much as I can of the last session anyway. The important bits is that you guys went to Longacre for some reason, and then did a job. got a post for the afternoon, and then Killswitch got mauled.
Ow.
Got him.
Everyone laughed and had a good time.
It's true. All good times were had by all, except Killswitch. So it's currently Kuthana the 26th. It's a fire day. I'll say that it's probably actually winding down. It's starting to become the actual last part of the shift as the sun starts to set. So it's probably around 6 p.m. ish, being that it's the dead of winter, so the sun is setting fairly early. And I guess kind of paint me a scene as to what all you guys are doing uh, in this area, in this space, as the sun begins to set.
Guess we're all just standing guard, right?
If I remember right, I was bringing KFC back to the tent to get patched up or something.
Oh, then we realized that he had been fully patched up already, so we decided against that.
Yeah, we expended some magic on him to get him.
Ah,
Okay. So, as you guys are out there and the sun's beginning to set, you know it's probably about time to head in, as the next shift is going to begin soon. But I guess I'll say kill switch. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably the most on edge of everyone.
Pretty on edge right now.
Yeah.
Take my job seriously.
Yeah, but
you're
you also
hard
weren't.
to
You also weren't almost murdered. $17. Yeah, easy enough. You see a small figure leisurely approaching from the tree line.
What kind of figure? Humanoid?
It's humanoid.
Dogoid?
It's humanoid and small. In fact, he's not a very big boy. And if it wasn't for the fact that he's carrying around uh, an oversized weapon, you would not be able to see him in the grass, were the grass taller.
Hey guys, I found Mini Leland. I'll point him out.
mini me.
Yeah, Leland, look. Leland,
Hmm.
do you have a son?
I don't think I do. Well, there's the one that we all have that, you know, rises and sets, but I don't have the other test.
It takes about 2 or so minutes for this creature to clear the opening between the
I need to
tree
break
line.
Leland real quick. So, Leland, does the sun rise and set, or do we rise and set with the sun?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
No, we can't.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Were you muted?
My headset, yeah, it muted itself. So I had as an out of character question, real quick. So we did sleep.
No.
No, not yet. It's
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is only like a few hours after the encounter you guys had.
All right.
So this small figure approaches, and he is very. It looks like a little old man with big old hands and feet and big old bad ears. And he's wearing a real red hat. And on top of that, he seems to be wearing goggles that have been smoked out.
Who could that be?
And he says, "Oi, Biggins."
Howdy, partner.
Who's Biggins?
Hey,
Wait.
we're walking here,
Wait,
partner.
when did Radis come back?
Greetings, traveler.
Hello.
Now listen, Biggins. I got a proposition I'm none too pleased with, but I'm an emissary, so I'm an emissary. I'm gonna cut to the chase. My queen needs something from you.
And who is your queen exactly?
He kind of points his scythe back towards the tree line. It says, Queen of the Forest.
Perhaps before you come out with some propositions, it'd be best for you to introduce yourself first.
He kind of. Well, I was gonna say he narrows his eyes, but you can't see it because of the smoked goggles. He says, name's not important.
Well, Heim is not important.
What is it you need from us?
Well, as it turns out, my queen has lost something, though lost would be the nicest possible way of explaining this. Long story short, your queen has stolen something from my queen, and my queen has decided that the most tactful way to retrieve this thing is to outsource.
Who's our queen?
We have a queen?
Are you referring to Celery?
No, Celery's a wizard.
Yeah, but Queen invokes power, and Celery's the most powerful female person we know.
No. Talking about your friendly queen, Thrune.
Go on.
I got bad news for you, sir.
Oh shit, Leland recognizes the name.
That's like that one Crimson module person. Curse of the Crimson Throne.
That one's in Corvos.
No. Oh, well, you have good knowledge and ability. You should know that.
Do I?
I would hope so.
No, I don't. Is the DC lower than 10?
Roll me the thing.
Mm-mm.
You know.
Okay.
Abigail Thrune is the queen of Cheliax.
Gotcha. I would have learned that recently.
Okay.
I feel
Fuck,
like,
Leland knows, like,
I feel
If
like that
Leland
was the
knows
rundown
all of
I was given.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. You go on, then.
he goes on to explain that after making away with my queen's property, my queen has waited very patiently for its return, and it has not been.
Well, what exactly was lost into this Thrune person's possession?
Was a He thinks real hard. He kind of picks up his hands as if he's holding something, like he's trying to think of the word for it. He kind of makes a rifling motion, and then he points to Zeta. This is one of those.
A wizard?
A sylph?
Person.
He kind of
Idiot.
Woman?
pitter pats over to her and points right at her spell book.
Ah, I see. Why would a queen of a nation steal the spellbook of a queen of a forest?
It weren't a spell book, just a book.
Ah, I see. And well, that's even more outlandish. What was this book exactly?
Kind of points a finger at Oberyn in almost an accusatory type of way and says, "That's on a need-to-know basis, and I don't need to know."
Well, if we were to go out and retrieve said book, how would we know we?
Seems almost prudent. It does actually seem like you would need to know. Coming out here and trying to get others to get this thing for you. How would they know what to go get? You say it's a book, but there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of books in Cheliax alone.
Likely thousands in the Queen's Manor alone.
And honestly speaking, I don't mean any offense by this, sir. I'm sure your claim is valid, but just you have to look at this from the perspective of Cheliax. Why would anyone in this nation believe that their queen stole something from someone else?
Not to mention that it kind of sounds like you're asking us to break into the Queen's private manor, search for a book we don't know the title of, and steal it back.
Which of
It
course
sounds like
we'd
a
have no
good idea.
problem with.
Yeah.
I would have a huge
Um,
problem with trying to break into the Queen's castle.
You don't
Well,
have to
it's not-
come.
It's not breaking if you just teleport it.
And honestly speaking, guys, I would really prefer it if you kept that kind of chatter to a minimum. Because one, we have a Hell Knight base very close to us. Two, I am still a Hell Knight. Just because I kill monsters, it doesn't mean that direct threats to the Queen are not under my jurisdiction. And
As a Hell
You guys
Knight,
don't
would
work
you-
for the Queen.
As a Hell Knight, would you have to arrest the Queen for stealing said book in the first place?
pretty sure that's one of those
Oh.
situations where I couldn't really do anything about it.
But Don, no one's above the law. Not even the captain.
The Queen is most definitely above the law. She makes them. do.
Nuh-uh.
I say we start impeachment proceedings immediately.
Impeachment proceeding.
Aubrey, you don't even know this woman.
Let's tell us more about.
He can't tell us more.
At least
Just
does
yo-
it have a specific look to it that makes it special, or why is it special for that matter?
He says, it was written by our late king.
King of the Forest.
Indeed,
Of course.
of course.
Well, why didn't he show up on time? Then it wouldn't have been stolen.
Late's a synonym for dead.
Oh. How did dead guy write a book?
Presumably before he died. But who knows?
The small old man kind of gets a bit impatient and says, "Well, do you accept?"
No, we don't accept.
Except what?
More information.
No, we don't accept. And frankly, for your implication, I should have you arrested and brought over to the camp nearby.
Whoa! He's part of the Queen's court.
Screams from down the hallway, then whispers in your ear.
Whoa, Don!
Unfortunately,
This man
she's not
is a-
a queen that I can recognize. I'm sorry. I mean, I've never heard of this queen. He won't give names. He won't tell us anything. He won't give us any information. He just approaches us with a sketchy deal and says, "Hey, you want to commit treason today?"
Yeah, but we're
Well-
not bootlickers. It's not like there's any reason to arrest the man. He's just asking a favor. All we're gonna
Is
do
this-
is just.
Does she have any relation to the barrel?
He cut out
Francis, you
over.
cannot be okay with any of this talk.
Sounds like a lot of heresy to me.
This sounds like
sounds
a
like
lot
a
of
what?
heresy to me.
Well, there was heresy perpetrated in the first place.
Okay, Aubrey. This sounds like if we make the slightest mistake, we'd have all of Cheliax trying to arrest or possibly kill us.
That's the best part. Zeta can just plop herself in some unwilling victim. She could steal the book with his body, and no one's hurt.
Aubrey,
in the
she
process.
has to have consent.
Besides, I assume it's more tactful than a simple
No,
theft.
absolutely
There's
not.
a reason.
Aubrey.
There's a reason
shut
he's
the-
out here propositioning people for a job.
Yes,
So
because
tell
he's
us-
insane.
Tell us more about the job.
Oh my god.
Surely. You just have to steal a book.
Oof. You didn't help me there too much, friend.
But stealing's wrong.
He says,
Okay, I'm just going to be.
there's a
completely
distraction.
upfront. I'm just going to be upfront and say I'm out. No, I'm not taking part in this.
I agree completely.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this. I mean, if you had. No.
He shrugs and says, well, the door is always open. You'll know the distraction when you see it. And if you decide to change your mind, just deliver the book and be compensated.
Look,
Again, what is this
Mister.
like?
Yeah, we don't. You're just telling. Oh, no, fine. Here, I'll search my bags and give you a book. Will that be enough?
You need more
Oh.
details if we were to.
My bags, right. And he kind of rummages around in his bag, and he pulls out a scroll case and hands it to Zeta.
Zeta's gonna take the scroll case and she's kind of lean over to Don and kind of elbow him a little bit and just like, it's pretty absent-minded, huh?
Don has his arms crossed and his eyes narrowed at Zeta.
He points at the scroll case and says, that's what the book looks like.
You're not asking for a book. You're asking for a scroll.
Open the scroll, Zeta.
I'm gonna take several steps back,
I'm gonna take several
at least.
steps back.
a couple of fireball ranges out.
Cat, Sable is going to stand next to Don.
I'll look over Zeta's shoulder.
This always goes well.
Guys, you can't read it from over there.
That's fine.
I'll just read it out loud for them.
You don't have to do that, Leland. It's okay.
This is ridiculous. You guys,
Oh god.
All
Oh,
right,
cats.
fine.
I'm gonna
So let's see what it says, Zeta.
press up
He's gonna
against
open
Don.
it up.
Oh god.
It's a scroll. It's like a magical
it's a scroll, guys.
The calligraphy in the scroll is impeccable.
Queen worthy.
What does it say?
Can I make a linguistics check to like see how impeccable this scroll is?
Sure.
What it says?
Oh, it's not it's not in any kind of coded language other than it being a magic scroll.
Oh, well,
Like, is that a linguistics?
that's a linguistics.
Yeah, the penmanship is incredible. Like,
Penmanship is impeccable.
Add a 5 to that.
like you feel like reading this scroll, and this could be hung up on a wall. Like, this is art.
I'm gonna try and read it.
I mean, most of the letters aren't letters that Leland would recognize as being letters.
That's never stopped him before.
It's true.
So what kind of roll would that be?
A linguistics roll.
All right, now Leland, this shape forms an ooh sound. All right, ooh.
Zeta, give me a knowledge arcana.
Shape is pronounced as shto.
I'm gonna dig at these. This is the double V. In the West, you know it as a W.
Zeta, you know this scroll to be a scroll of share memory.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
Further, you notice that there's a memory embedded within the scroll.
ooh. I'm gonna cast the scroll.
Alright, who are you casting it on?
You take this one, Zeta.
I was gonna cast on myself.
Okay. Yeah, when you cast the scroll on yourself, you're immediately flooded by a memory of seeing this book on a pedestal and then walking up to the book and then opening it. But the hands that touch the book are much, much smaller than the book itself. Like, if you could approximate it as a child's hand, then the
Little
book
baby
is very
hands.
big.
Like a toddler opening a dictionary.
It's like a toddler opening up one of those coffee table Bibles.
Oh, like an engineering handbook or something.
It is a big book.
Is it, well, I don't see it, I guess.
That's what you see before the memory fades.
Ooh, lexicon.
But now Zeta has an actual image in her head of what the book looks like. It's very nondescript, other than the only real defining... The thing that stands out the most is that it's a leather-bound book, but it's blue leather.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
So we're looking for a giant blue leather book.
Well, I haven't seen
Alright.
one of those before.
Either it's giant or I was baby.
No, we are not looking for anything. I will not be privy to this, and I will not allow you guys to do something as stupid as this.
Why would you not want to return stolen goods?
We
We
don't have to be involved.
You guys are already being hunted by the Inquisition, and you want to dig yourselves
Whoa.
into a deeper hole?
So while this
Leland's being hunted by the Inquisition.
no. Engagement's going on between the group, in the background, out of focus, you can see the little scythe wiggling away.
Well, we should at least keep our eyes out for it.
No, we should not keep our eyes out for it. We should let this go.
Oh my god, Don. We're being proposition.
You don't even know who the hell this queen is. This is a queen of nothing as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know
Well,
who
I
the
know the forests around here are much more pleasant than the rest of them.
Why don't
I
we
know
just
just
ask...
as little about the other queen as I do about this queen, but I've been told that that queen stole from the first queen, theretofore the second queen has got to be worse than the first queen because I haven't heard any allegations against the second queen yet.
What the hell is wrong with you people? It's like you want to die.
Don, wait, you know what? Aubrey, Zeta, go have fun.
No, they're gonna get themselves killed.
Well, we
and
can't
worse
actually
than
do
that,
anything about
you're
it.
going to get us killed.
We have more important things to worry about right now.
He simply
Come
stated
on.
for us to look out for the distraction. So if we see a distraction, we may as well keep our eyes. But we have no idea where.
You hear that? Francis,
Distraction.
Francis, you hear that? You love distractions.
I'm gonna let this be known right now, okay? And I want all of you to hear me. It doesn't matter what distraction, quote unquote, goes off. If any of you actually try to do this, I don't care what reason it is that you want to do it. If it's to uphold the law, if it's to get back at the queen because you hate Cheliax, I don't care what it is. No matter what friendship we have, I will report you.
Donald.
Do not talk to me like that. You guys are talking about treason. You don't care about the rules. You don't care about how things work here. You just do things your way, and you expect it to work out. But guess
But-
what? That's not how the real world works. We're not in Summers Grove anymore.
But apparently the queen operates
Yes,
under these
she does. She's the queen of Cheliax.
Well, no one's
How
above
can rules work if it's rules for thee and not for me?
It's true.
The system is broken, and you have to get the hell over it.
It's a
Whoa,
broken
now.
system.
I wouldn't say that. That's some heresy.
Remember, you have ranks in profession bear, so you should know that laws don't apply to nobility the same way.
Yeah, but my my state as a lowly pleb prevents me from seeing
Yeah,
the truth.
conveniently, it despite having
He's only
professional
proficient in
character,
bird law.
he's only proficient when he wants to know. So
I'm mostly schooled in taxes.
Taxes. He only learned about taxes.
He works at H&R Block.
Yeah, he's a corporate lawyer.
Fuck.
Nonetheless, if a queen stole from another queen,
okay,
they're on the same plane of power. So
they're not on the same
that-
plane of power at all. Not at all. This is some queen that we didn't even get the name of, by the way. We didn't even get the name of. We don't know who the hell she is. We don't know how long she's been, quote-unquote, queen of this forest. She's just some self-proclaimed queen of the forest, while we are talking about the queen of Cheliax. You know how these things are typically done? They're done
They're
by
all
putting in an investigation.
The self-proclaimed queen of Cheliax.
right, you don't vote for a king or queen.
You are discussing taking the law into your own hands. And that's not how things work. That's why you're in the situation that you're in the first place.
Well, I'm the queen. I didn't vote for you. So,
What kind of system of government does watery tarts handing out swords?
yeah, right. So, it is getting late, and your shift is pretty well ended. So if you guys want, you can walk and talk on your way back to the encampment.
I don't want to hear a single word about this when we get back to the encampment. Have some
Wait,
goddamn sense.
I don't want to defy a queen.
Oh, but it's fine to defy the queen of Cheliax. Oh, it's fine as long as it's something you agree with.
Well, that's bad, Donald.
If you call me Donald one more time, I'm gonna shove my fist so far up your ass you're gonna taste
Yeah,
metal.
Don's not short for Donald. I was wondering why it was bothering me so
Whoa.
much.
It's because
Hello, Don.
he's
it's
been
Jonathan,
mishearing
guys.
Don Will.
Jonathan
So-
Rabs. Hell Knight at large. Well, Hell Knight at medium.
So as you guys are making your way back to the encampment, you see coming from the other way, somewhere around half a dozen to a dozen people coming from the other direction.
The other direction as well.
Oh, actually, about how long are we looking at time frame wise?
So walk back to camp.
Until we need to start walking back to camp.
Oh, I figured you guys were already en route.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Was there at any point where we were like, I could have sat down for like 10 minutes?
Probably, yeah. It's gonna take like a depends on what you mean by sat down. Because after the when did you need it? Because after the Hellcat fight, there was like 3 hours of nothing.
Okay, yeah, after the Hell Knight cat.
Yeah, see, gotcha.
After the Hellcat night, we're gonna have some opportunity here. So I'm gonna cast a spell
Okay,
and spend 10 minutes reading a book.
okay.
And you can go ahead and continue because I'll send you the details.
Sure. So as you guys close in on this other group that's coming in the other direction. So you guys are heading towards camp. So from east to west, these people are heading from camp towards the post from west to east. I guess Zeta is probably the best one. Give me a perception check.
Look, when you're an ADD character, you notice everything. Except for
18
that.
at that range. Not quite. So that you guys get pretty close before you realize that in the group that's coming from the other direction, there is High Hill. There's Fadao. There is about half a dozen other Hell Knights. And then leading the group is Inquisitor Felix Charthagnian.
Ah, I remember that guy.
How shall we play this, guys?
I remember.
Sable is actually going to walk up directly to Half Hell.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to greet him with the best salute she can offer, and state, "Sir, we were just approached by a vagrant who..."
As you
stated-
begin to tell him this, he kind of shakes his head like this is a bad time to be bringing up vagrants.
Don's gonna put his hand on her shoulder, and he's gonna kind of glance over to the Inquisitor as best he can.
You have
Just
actually
kinda-
not met the Inquisitor.
It's an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
It's an Inquisitor.
You wouldn't recognize Inquisitor Felix, but the others would.
I would recognize that he's an Inquisitor, I'm sure.
Well, I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think Sable was there for the meeting either. The other Hell Knights, by the way, are slowly branching outward around the group. And the Inquisitor pulls a scroll out from his side and then unfurls it in front of him. And he says, "On behalf of the Inquisition, by authority of Her Majesty, I, Inquisitor Felix Charthagnian, am placing you under arrest to await trial by popular opinion for the crime of high murder of one Major Marzin Thrun. Resistance will be considered a guilty plea and will result in the judgment being forfeit from the local authority and passed on to the Inquisition. Further, the judgment of present parties will influence the trial of non-present parties already in custody. Radis Hardinger, Karina, Zenita, Devo, and Ezio Monticello."
Who is the second? Cariza?
Zeta's whole family.
No, the second one.
Well, he read off Radis,
No, I
and
only
then
have one family.
yeah, and then he read off all of Zeta's family.
I must have heard a couple names as one. Well, I guess cheesing it would not be the best option in this scenario.
Don looks back at you guys, and there's nothing but fire and brimstone.
There's a Hell Knight behind each of you, who's approaching with a collar of some sort.
Even me?
Yeah.
Sable just kind of looks around. What?
You should have. You should have
I've
stayed
done
in the tower.
nothing. Yeah, I probably should have.
Well, in fairness, we've all done pretty much.
Shut the fuck up, Oberyn.
Over his like, guilty, me.
Hold on.
Is anybody gonna
You
resist the
forget
collars?
what actually happened at the gym.
Now hold on. Francis,
Shut the fuck up, Zeta.
Is anyone
Francis can explain everything.
resisting the collars?
Oh, have I seen these collars before?
No.
No.
Now hold on. I can explain everything.
Are you explaining while being collared?
Can I can still sing while being collared, right?
Sure,
Anti-song
depends.
collar.
So, unless otherwise noted, then the collars are going to snap and latch on to each of you.
I'm gonna sing about being innocent.
Okay. Zeta, are you still flying?
Probably not anymore.
Okay, good. Because I want to read off the things that are happening with the collar when it finally latches. And each of the Hell Knights explains why you're under arrest, or that you're under arrest mostly.
They
When the
read us our
collars,
single right.
yeah, you're under arrest. That's it. So when the collar goes on, it feels as if you're wearing plate mail. So the entire weight of plate mail applies to you. Um, yeah, that's mostly it. So there's a 40% arcane spell fail chance and reduced movement. That means you literally can't, your range of motion isn't as good. And also, if you had 30 foot of movement, you have 20 feet now, and so on. But Zeta was
So-
walking this whole time?
It's a little tight, eh, Chad?
You people are idiots.
We're innocent idiots.
I've
No,
done
you're not.
nothing.
You're I'm saying this out of character. You're idiots, and you're trying to get yourselves killed.
Well, out of character, why are we not innocent?
Wait, what?
Out of character, why are we not innocent?
Because you murdered somebody?
You murdered nobility. Now,
Yeah.
No.
I understand that it was justified, but the courts will not see it that way, and everyone's acting like they're above it all,
It's
but you're not.
real
well, I'm
bad.
worried for Leland.
You should be worried for you.
Is real bad. Because you guys
We're all
didn't,
gonna die.
you didn't murder Anne Noble. Because there's lots of noble houses. Inquisitor Felix Charthagnian's a noble house. No. You guys decided to murder Major Marzin Thrun.
What?
Nice. That's unexpected.
That's what he said. He said, I'm going to read it again slowly so that you pick up on all the little bits real fast. He says, on behalf of the Inquisition, by authority of Her Majesty, I, Inquisitor Felix Charthagnian, am placing you under arrest to await trial by popular opinion for the crime of high murder of one Major Marzin Thrun. Resistance will be considered a guilty plea and will result in judgment being forfeit from the local authority and passed on to the Inquisition. Further, the judgment of present parties will influence the trial of non-present parties already in custody. And then he lists Radis and the Monticello family.
In essence, we're being set up.
No, we're not being set up. we put ourselves on the team.
Yeah,
Sable's
Sable's being set up.
Yeah,
I'm being set up.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Don's being set up. True.
Radis did shoot him a bunch, so it's kind of justified.
No, Radis is fucked. Like, Radis
Look,
is absolutely fucked. Can't do shit about it, but
Guys, I know this looks bad, alright, but Radis will tell them everything and he's a noble man and I trust he'll get us out of this. He's
shut the
always
fuck
got a
up.
plan.
So you guys are already being marched back to town. Or, yeah, back to actual town, past the encampment. And on the way back, High Hill kind of has a word with Don and says, Kid, I tried, but you kind of implicated yourself by hanging out with these people.
nothing you could do about it, sir. I knew the risks. As foolish as they are, I chose to believe in them, and I still do. I know these people wouldn't do something like that unless they had good reason, sir.
After you guys get to the encampment, the Inquisitor leads you out by himself to the town proper.
Wait. get paid.
Oh my god.
If you bring it up, you will get paid. So I'm imagining you're gonna bring it
A
up.
lot of hours. Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So if you bring it up, Donovan gets his 100 gold. Everybody else gets their 25 gold, and then there's an additional 1,000 gold thrown on top to split amongst yourselves. That gets doled out by Fadao.
See, this is what happens when you work with the Hell Knights.
So once Inquisitor Felix gets you guys on the road back to Longacre, he kind of explains to you what's gonna happen.
The other queen's looking a lot better real quick.
Not untrue.
So he starts leading you guys back to Longacre proper, and he says, "You guys are quite difficult to track down.
Well, we do move a lot. We haven't stayed in a town for more than a couple of days in quite a while.
I've noticed.
Work to be done.
It was quite fortuitous for me to be in the area when you decided to make a flashy entrance.
Fortuitous indeed.
That was really fortuitous.
Kudos.
I don't think it was much of a flashy entrance, sir. We just wanted to help.
Aubrey, someone tipped him off.
Well, of course, we were just in Longacre a few hours ago.
And he says, I think it'd be fair for you all to be informed of how the trial is going to go. I hold no personal preference in how the outcome is proceeded. Says it's been adjudicated that this will be a trial of public opinion, or popular opinion. The Baron and Baroness have allocated weight to the opinions of specific individuals in town, as well as given a single vote to the people. You will have to plead your case with each of them over the next 24 hours, at the very least. I can give you more time if you like, but the 30th would be the latest that we can hold this trial.
It's 26 now.
It's the 26th now, yes. He
That
says,
seems fair.
it's up to you on how long you want to have, to an extent. But in that time, you will have to try to win over the opinion of these people.
I guess mine will be easiest because I quite literally had no part in this. I was in a tower mostly blown up.
Yes, Archmage, Archwizard Celery was looking after her at the time.
I was quite dead at the time.
That's a little harder to prove, I guess.
I'm sorry to say that I understand that the most of you are not entirely familiar with Cheliax traditions, but you have been implicated by association.
Oh,
It's the same reason that this trial is going to hold sway over the trial of the other group already in custody.
It's almost like you guys are just making up rules at this point.
He says, oh no, I'm having one of those moments where is my list? Which notepad is it?
Will judges,
Nope.
just out of curiosity, will judgments be handed out on an individual basis, or one person determines it all?
One trial will determine the fate of the group.
Huh, excellent.
Oof.
We're all fucked.
Well, at least we'll be fucked together.
Shut the fuck up, Aubrey.
It's worth
least we'll
having Leland at our side today.
He says, you should know that the Baron and Baroness are gonna hold one of the votes. The Baron being Lutherico Thrune.
Look, all I know is that if Leland gets put to death for saving his life, then there's no justice in Cheliax.
Not unsure.
Guys, we should have brought that guy to trial.
The Baroness, Titillo Thrune. They will both hold sway together. So in other words, they have to come to a consensus. God damn it.
I just never pictured the captain as a Thrune. I always thought he was more like a rugged, old, and an asshole, of course.
I always thought of Marzen
that's
as his last
prejudice.
name.
Aubrey.
Hold on, I'm gonna put these names in chat so you guys don't have to try to sound them out. Cause fucking Chillaxian names.
Oh, no, Zeta's gonna call her Tortilla Thrune on purpose.
And then we're all fucked.
Yes, absolutely. We're all dead.
So that's the
Our
Baroness
story
and then
will
the
speak for
Baron.
itself.
No, it won't.
And
Look, Don talks a lot of game about how great Cheliax law is, alright? So I have faith that our innocence will prove through in the end.
after the Baron and Baroness,
Otherwise, he would have told us to run.
after the Baron and Baroness, they've also chosen Veritor Longustus to have a vote. They've chosen Lowrence Lorator to have a vote.
Ortimer sounds familiar.
There's going to be one representative from the Order of the Pike encampment, and there's going to be a vote of popularity from the people.
How are those weighted?
One each.
It's first past the post. So all the people, popular vote's considered one vote, basically.
Right.
And then he kind of gives you a, well, good luck.
And you, good sir.
We don't need luck. We've got innocence on our side. I've never been to a prison before. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, he actually
other
just
than the,
leaves you in the center of town.
Wait, there's no prison involved? This is a scam.
These collars of the prison.
Sable actually starts crying.
Oh, now, Sable. It'll all be K.
Oranges are out of season.
Sable just completely ignores Aubrey.
Good luck with that disco beard.
For what it's worth, I regret it.
No, guys, it'll be fine. What we're gonna do is we need to have a plan. And we need to have a plan. We need our plan guy. We need to get the plan guy first, put together the plan. And the plan is this. We're gonna have Francis put on a concert that proves our innocence by cajoling the townsfolk.
Just shut the fuck up, Zeta.
What, you
not-
think it's a
it's-
bad
You know
idea?
You know
It's
what?
not
I'm
that
sick
crazy.
and tired of this shit.
I
I
don't
am-
hear you come with any ideas other
And
than
I'm
let's
sick and
follow
tired
the
of-
law.
And I'm sick and tired of all your plans being, hey, let's break the law because I don't like it.
Well, look, we're
Playing a
following the
concert's
law
not really-
got us.
Breaking the law.
Look, we're
Whoa,
not following
pretty
the
sure-
law got us. And by the
Concerts
way,
are legal.
shut the fuck up, Aubrey.
Well, you're being contradicting.
I'm about to beat the shit out of Aubrey.
You
Okay,
with that,
Don.
with all that plate mail,
Don.
He already wears plate mail.
double plate mail.
Does it weigh as much as twice the amount of plate mail?
No, it probably just feels like I'm actually wearing plate mail.
Yeah,
I don't
Because
care
he
about
doesn't
how
usually
much-
care about his Hell Knight armor, yeah.
Which should be a point in my favor. But the problem is that I'm being weighted with all you idiots, and so now Sable and Don are about to die.
So what you're
No.
saying is
He's
you
gonna
wanted
die.
Leland to die. Leland's life is worth less than.
Okay, out of character, no offense, fuck yeah.
We're not gonna die.
It
Yes!
echoes in game.
We are.
No, we're not.
And you know
I mean,
what? I fucking hope
out of
we
out
do.
of character, Radis and the Monticellos are probably about to die. That much is true.
Monticello's definitely.
I feel bad for them, but those Monticellos are fucking toast. Like the fact that they stayed around, that's their fault. I'm sorry, Monticellos. I love you guys, but y'all was fucking out. But as we already know, life in Chiliac sucks ass. So,
But really though, I like this concert idea.
well, we're already getting shouted down, but I think the concert idea is the best way to sway the public
Yes.
opinion in our favor.
Somebody's gonna have to make the case. Is what she's saying.
Somebody's
Don.
gonna have to make the case, and who better than our best representative, the guy with the contract?
He literally has friends in hell.
Oh, I get it, Zena. I get it. So, you hate everything that Francis does until it can start to work out in your favor.
Well, no, I don't want to touch Francis.
Yeah,
He's disgusting.
she's never been very aggressive towards Francis other than the sneakiness.
Francis is my best friend. Why would I hate Francis?
You're all a fucking gaggle of idiots. All of you.
That doesn't answer
Look, all I'm saying is, hear me out.
No,
It-
I am tired of hearing you out.
Don,
Shut,
talk too much.
Zena. You talk too much.
Yes.
You know, it occurs to me that my life would probably be a lot better now if I had cut ties with you, of all people, especially you, as soon as I left Summers Grove.
Well,
I could have been a successful Hell Knight. I could have been helping people all throughout Cheliax, and not just throughout Cheliax.
But you
But
would have let
you-
the captain cut Leland down though. If you were in that position.
I would have tried to make sure that there was some legal involved.
that's a good point. We should have got you back sooner.
No,
Anyways.
Zeta, I should never have been dead in the first place.
Well,
But you
that
did
was
a
your
damn
choice.
good- you did a
Well.
damn good job of making sure that happened.
Now,
Okay,
let's
choice.
not bicker and argue about who killed who.
Listen, let's
No,
not
I
be
have held
judged
my
by our
tongue for
actions
long
of the
enough.
past, okay?
Donovan, you don't hold your tongue very much.
That is exactly what's about to happen, Zeta. We are about to be judged by someone else's actions of the past. And now, you've gotten someone who had nothing to do with it involved.
Oh my
Me,
god,
I can let go.
Donathan. Shush.
I'm gonna punch Zeta.
Francis.
Donovan, why do you seem angry at the only person at everyone except the person that killed the captain?
Because Leland's an idiot.
No, that can't
Radis
be an
killed the
excuse
captain.
every day. That's
No.
There's nothing I can do
Leland
about
killed.
Leland finished the captain off, but Radis killed the captain.
There's nothing I can do about Leland. He's just dumb. Like, that's just
No, the
Grass
boy is
grows
smart
from
in his
trying
own
to-
ways.
Leland's an idiot.
Grass grows sometimes, Leland's an idiot.
Radis totally did it, guys.
With salt rounds.
Well, it doesn't matter because if Radis is guilty, then we're guilty too. But if
No, we
we
got rid of
happen to
Radis.
be guilty, maybe we can avoid, since we are being judged as a group, and Francis, if Francis puts on a hell of a show, then maybe they won't be so inclined to kill us.
Francis, I want you to know something. No matter what happens to us, if our heads roll on the chopping block, you lived a good chillaxian life, and you're probably going to be fine in hell, which is what they're counting on.
Yeah, they would be doing me a favor.
Nonetheless, we are pretty much innocent, and our story will show the truth.
So,
We are like 90% innocent.
hold
Surely
on.
Chilaxian law accounts for some degree of self-defense against nobility. It's not like they'd have nobility out there forcing themselves on people all the time. Surely there's some kind of stopgap in place.
Do we still have the evidence of the wine bottle? Can we
And
go
also,
report it?
why isn't that guard that was there involved in this? He was very complacent to what was going on.
I think he was actually doing his job by
Yeah,
not doing anything.
do you want the out of character answer?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Radis was gonna murder him.
Was he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thought he was just like, it's not my business. I'm due for a
Nobody
promotion.
wants to ride on the boat, Zeta. Chilaxian jurisdiction's not in the open waters, Zeta.
So, does anyone? I look. I know you probably don't know most of these names on the list, but I feel like somebody's got to have one of these names written down on
these
the
two.
groups that you have to convince to not kill you.
Well, you only listed the first two, the Thrones.
No, incorrect. So the
No, 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 no.
Thrones.
I mean the only ones you typed out.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Hold on.
I have hard enough time remembering names of real people, let alone fake people.
Yeah, hold on. Here, there's one. There's one.
Lawrence Lorator.
I do have the people written down.
Why is that Lawrence and not Lawrence?
Don't you worry about
Because
that.
Lawrence hasn't evolved as a name yet.
Well, I guess we should get some sleep for tonight and prepare for our pleas of innocence tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm assuming you guys head to the local inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. When you guys walk into the local inn, um, most of the place goes quiet, and a lot of the people kind of scoot around the outsides of the building and leave out the front door. And the only person besides the barkeep left in here is Inquisitor Felix, who's just drinking at a table.
Let's go sit down with him.
Don is.
Or at least get a drink in us.
When he
Don's
sees you
gonna-
guys, whoever's gonna plop down, he says, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense. There is only the one in here."
Don's
Only
gonna
one bar.
sit down.
Sable is going to get herself a room and go to bed.
Okay. Or like 2 silver for the night.
I'm gonna take Aubrey aside.
Oh.
So, Aubrey, you're kind of been a reverend for just about everybody you've come across, right?
I would say so.
I'm gonna present Aubrey with the tankard of the drunken hero.
Oh, Zeta, you shouldn't have. Oh, but it's empty.
Well, we need to fill it, of course.
Oh, well. Thought you were buying.
Well, yeah, I'm buying everybody a drink, except for Sable. Sable's gone to sleep.
If it'd be one of our last nights on Earth, let it be a hell of a night on our
No,
DeLorean.
there's more nights than that. I understand Dan. I understand Don's taking this very hard, but this isn't where our story ends.
We've had like the worst trouble with the word Don tonight. Called him.
Can't do Jonathan at all for some reason.
Don is gonna sit next to the Inquisitor and ask very candidly, what do you think our odds are?
He kind of shrugs, says, well, figure you probably got some pull with the Hell Knights. That's probably good.
The Hell Knights won't be enough, sir. They're just part of the people, but
Well, no, there's a
people aren't the
There's
only
a-
vote.
there's a Hell Knight representative standing in as one of the votes.
That's just one of the votes, sir. The
Sure.
Thrones probably won't be too fond of us no matter what kind of explanation we give. I don't see there's much that we can do in this situation. And frankly, if the Thrones are against us, then the people will likely be against us as well, on principle.
In a perfect world, perhaps.
This is not a perfect world, sir. It's far from perfect. But
That'll work in your favor then.
where should we start with this?
Suppose a good start would either be the Baron and the Baroness, or the go talk to Lawrence.
And where would I find him?
Oh, he's got the general store. You can't
Laurencio?
you can't miss it.
No, wait.
Lorator.
Lorator? Lawrence Lorator.
Mhm.
So he has the general store. That's in town.
Oh yeah.
All the people that will have to meet are in town.
Of course. It wouldn't be a trial of public opinion otherwise.
I see. So the first starting point should be Lawrence, and then after that we'll have to go from there, I suppose. Thank you for your help, Mr. I never got your name.
Oh, Felix Charthagnian.
Donovan offers to shake his hand, then stops.
Oh, he
Looks
shakes your
over
hand.
between-
It's obviously jarring for an Inquisitor to be this candid.
Can't the Inquisition just read our minds and see how the situation went down?
He shakes his head and says, "Oh no, we know you killed him."
I don't think there's any putting that aside. It's
Well, let me put it this
Reason.
way. Yeah, the state has already decided that you murdered him. Now we have to figure out what the punishment should be. Or if there should be a punishment.
I figured that was the case, sir. That we killed it, that he was killed, not that we killed him. I certainly was involved, and most tragically, Sable wasn't involved at all. But that's not the question here. It will be convincing people that it was the right thing to do at the time.
Right. And I do understand how being implicated can be stressful. But look at the bright side. At least you're not also facing charges for harboring fugitives.
Well, I've already died once. Wonder if I'll get a free ice cream sundae the next time.
They have punch cards.
I'm not sure. I don't remember it very well. I think that's the point. But look, sir, if there's any way possible at all that I could just get Sable out of this, I understand that she's implicated by association, but she wasn't around for the past... God, I don't even remember how long. She didn't even know about this. Whatever happens, I alone won't be able to impact it. They'll find a way to screw it up, I guarantee it, but I can't let her be affected by that.
Well, sorry, it's just the way the law is. If, you know, if it goes down, you'll be at the mercy of the Baron and Baroness. They'll have to decide your judgment.
If we get out of this, I'm gonna kill them myself.
As long as
All
none of
the
them are a
house.
noble, and he kind of gives you a jeer.
Fuck this guy!
Oh, Leland, I gotta ask you a question out of character to figure out if you would recognize one of these names.
Hmm.
Does Leland like candy?
Oh boy, does he.
Oh no, we're fucked.
Then Lawrence Lorator is a name you know by heart. Because that man has the best candy shop this side of the inner sea as far as everyone around here is concerned.
I'm gonna buy all the candy he has tomorrow.
And you know that it's been explained to Leland a bunch of times. You can decide if it's stuck. But the reason he's called Lawrence, or he's named Lawrence, is because he was adopted, and he's a gnome. He was a gnome adopted by humans, and his name is Lawrence, but everyone calls him Lawrence because he's so short.
Well, the good news is, he's a gnome.
Yep.
This actually
The other-
works fantastically
the
in our
other
favor
thing
because
that
he's probably the one person in town that likes you.
the other thing that Leland would know, or maybe you can decide if Leland can parse this or not, but in general, people around town know that Lawrence doesn't do anything if he can't turn a profit.
Oh, bribery.
Remember, bribery is legal in Jelliax.
So does Zeta actually order a round of drinks for everybody?
Yeah.
All right, it's like a gold piece. It's not super
even
quality.
Mr. Felix?
Oh, absolutely. If he's your friend, then he's my friend too.
I hate you.
And you,
He's never done anything bad.
you
to
remember
us.
him as the guy who gave us the zombie job?
Oh, that's right. No, we're best friends then.
Yeah. He didn't give the zombie job, but he was in the area when you got it.
Oh no, yeah.
No, he was the one who gave us the job.
Oh, that's right. He intermediated
Right, because
because you guys don't have a direct
That's what you
comm
got
to
the
the. Never mind.
Perhaps we should
Should have told us that we were gonna get to the meet if we lived.
Oh, of course we're gonna live.
Wait a minute. We can lose?
So,
what do you mean we don't have plot armor?
so is anybody doing anything for the night besides hanging out with the Inquisition?
Nah, that sounds about.
That sounds
Out of
about right.
context. That's just... Don will go check up on Sable later.
Sable?
Yeah, Sable's pretty much just cried herself to sleep.
Oh man, poor Sable. Yeah, I'm gonna add some and you can obviously it's your character, you do what you want, but to make it more heart wrenching, I imagine Don slowly opens the door and sees Sable already asleep, red in the face, clutching her little Vicar doll.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt that she'd be clutching the stuff
orc.
That is exactly what I imagined.
Yep. All right. Well, a night of something goes by.
Let me roll health.
I'm
So
sure it gets
before
less
we
awkward throughout.
Move on. Can we take like 15 minutes?
Sure. We'll take 15. We'll be back here at like 8:30, and we'll get in it.
Yep.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Neat.
All right, Dustin.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works or not, but you now have a tankard of the drunken hero.
Yeah, at that, you can just knock it to the collar and. Where'd you even
It's
get
it.
this?
I've had it for so long. I don't remember where I got it. It's just kind of been always on my sheet at this point.
Leslie's
got
about to get
s-
so many hero points.
It's got so many effects. He's
Yeah, I
already
think-
got so many hero points, more than he could use for the rest of this campaign, probably. Like one day we're just, oh, well, I guess it wouldn't work since it's a single round of combat. But he'll just throw out 20 in a row to avoid a will save fail.
So do the collars explode if we like go a certain distance away?
Like a Divinity 2 collar.
Right? Because I can just get us all away.
Well, as a last resort, I think we're innocent though, so we.
I think we're
Oh,
fine. And
shut the-
honestly,
Oh, no. No. If you run, we're all called guilty.
No, once they say to death with them, then we run. But I'm pretty sure that won't happen because, again,
again, I ain't scared of no little 40% cast level check.
I am absolutely terrified of everything that's happening right now. And
no regrets.
because you're idiots.
No, we just like our friends more than we like the captain.
And I agree with that, but you also don't know how to hold your fucking tongues. You say shit that you know is out of line for Cheliax. You sabotage yourselves all the fucking time.
Well, see,
Like-
we don't know what's out of line for Chiliax. We might
You
be picking up
do.
on
It's
nuances
so
now,
fucking
but
obvious. Oh my god.
no, the
Nothing
rule
about
sheet literally
Chiliax.
says you don't know anything about Chiliax and you shouldn't have knowledge that says.
We have wandered Cheliax for about 6 months now.
Yeah,
We should
yeah,
know
which
how shit works.
which is why I said we're picking up on our nuances now, but
And yet you still give lip to people.
I didn't give lip to anyone. I was very
Oh.
cordial. Didn't even protest the collars.
The way that Aubrey talks, the way that Aubrey talks could give a normal person a conniption. The fact that you haven't been executed yet is a shock
For what
that you should be
specifically, though?
thankful to your dark gods for.
For what specifically?
Just the way that Aubrey talks to people.
I think Overy talks a little better than Donovan, who's always being super aggressive and insulting everyone around.
He's super aggressive and insulting to you guys.
For no reason, though. You're
I
like,
think
these
there's
He's awful
people.
nice to everybody else.
I hate everyone in this group for killing the captain except Leland.
The guy who killed. What am I supposed to be upset at Leland about? Like
He's an
can't.
adult. He's not a child, Donovan.
He's an idiot.
He's a grown man.
He's a grown man. He's been wandering Chiliax for 6 months as well.
We didn't even know him. What, 3 months ago?
I'm just saying, Donovan's being a little too hard on the not the right people.
No, I'm being hard on exactly the right people because the
Ebony
people
melted
that
a
Don
guy.
the people that Don is getting mad at.
Ebony
Or the
melted
people
one of
who-
your neighbors and you welcomed her into your knapsack.
Shut the fuck up.
We just kill one little captain.
One little, you know.
Don is mad
member
at
of
the
House
people
Food.
who have a chance to screw this the fuck up because he knows they will. He knows that Zeta's gonna fuck this up. And you will, don't lie. Out of character, you will.
No,
You'll,
we're
you'll do
good.
everything in your power to make sure that you fuck this up.
I think we're gonna be fine.
Just
if
so you
if
can
I
be
fuck
just
this
so,
up, I ruin the concert, and the concert's important.
and you're gonna fuck it up just so you can cast teleport and somehow get past the 40% chance of failure and be like, see, everything was all right at the end. I did
I don't-
nothing
See, that
wrong
just-
and
I
get
don't-
away
that
with
just-
punishment every time.
I don't
See, that
have to
doesn't even
cast
sound like-
teleport. I just take off the ring.
You're being a little sarcastic in your ramblings.
not being sarcastic. I'm just saying how it is. You're gonna find some way to weasel out of this, and once again, not accept the weight of your actions.
Like we should accept the weight of actions in Chiliax. That's what the boat is for,
Didn't accept
Don.
the weight of his actions.
That's
What
why we
we-
become pirates.
What we need, because I don't believe in any of you. I'm sorry. I think Francis can win some people.
Hey, I have a +12 profession lawyer.
I don't believe in any of you except Francis right now, and it's no offense to anyone else. Just like
Whoa! Are you saying you hate Francis until he's useful for you?
I'm
yes, yes,
In-
I am.
Look, I would defend myself here, but I'm actually researching how to cast a spell to put a ghost in a cinnamon bun.
Like at least I'm honest about it. But no, I think that Francis has a chance to really turn some heads and get some people on our side. But like, we need
I'm-
some big names on our side,
Ooh.
and we've helped
I-
out some big names.
I believe in Francis's diplomacy check, okay?
Big names like Moloch.
That-
Yeah.
Can
We
you
got
guys quit saying that you
Lawrence
believe in me
and-
before I roll a 1?
Well, look, I believe in your diplomacy checks because you get to substitute your perform checks, right? And sing about our innocence and whatever.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, we
I
can
can
enable.
also glibness.
Yeah, we can enable that.
I'm level 10 now.
Zeta needs to find a way to get in fucking contact with Zaflon, someone who actually has some fucking political pull.
We can teleport.
We just
I-
gotta go get Holov.
Don't even joke about that.
Just
Don't-
want to.
don't-
But he used to be governor here.
If we are leveling up, I am getting permanency this level, so
Time for permanent anthropomorphic spring.
well, I was thinking permanent enlarged person first, but
On who?
not gonna on Donathan, of course.
Yeah, too bad we'll never live long enough to have another fight ever.
Well, if we just go to a different plane of existence, there's no jurisdiction over there.
But we still have these collars on our neck that we can't fucking take off.
I already have a +10 in disable device.
Yeah, good luck taking that thing off. I bet it fucking explodes if you fuck with it.
I
This
mean,
tanker can unlock devices with anything lower than a DC 25 lockpick or disable.
Yep. So you can find out if it's really bad. And I don't really have to take it with me when I teleport.
Yeah, I guess that's true, right?
Or do you?
No, nothing says that I have to.
I
It
have done-
might be an intentionally cursed device.
So, can we dispel magic on it?
Yeah.
I've got a high enough caster level check.
Only if it's necessary.
Well, I believe in Francis's diplomacy check. I think the
You know-
concert can work.
You know, guys, I'm fucked. I'm lawful good. I
You were
am,
just accusing us.
I am so fucked. Like, they're gonna be like, okay, let's check his aura. Oh God, he's good. Oh, kill him like the rest.
No,
Oh, I can't
he's
wait to
lawful.
check my order.
Don tells them Don was dead the whole time. They're like, oh, why don't we just go ask for Rasmus if Don was dead the whole time?
What am I walking in on?
Look, we can
I'm just
explain.
thinking about how bad of an alibi I was dead is.
Just ask the city of Corvosa.
Oh, dead were you? Weird. Looks like you got better.
Yeah, about that. We tried to figure that out. There are records. There are actually literal records.
Don's like,
The Hell
just
Knights investigating Don.
Yeah.
Don's like,
The
just
time we blew up Messini.
just read my mind. Goes to read his mind, has epileptic seizures. Alright, guilty.
So you were hiding out from the Hell Knights for 2 months, were you?
Looks to me like you were AWOL from active duty for 2 months. Because you're alive right now. Oh, fuck.
Valerie has a close relationship with the advisor to House Thrune, so maybe we could get her to sway their opinion.
That,
Right.
See, now you're talking some sense.
Celery lights.
Hey,
those are in.
Gorthica, remember how we broke even earlier? Want to do it again?
Show me another shrine to Des, and I'll put that shit down right now.
We're talking about erecting a shrine.
Put my
of
shit
Death.
back in lawful
Couldn't we just
neutral.
like erect a shrine and then immediately desecrate it?
See, now you're thinking like a Chilaxian.
Wait, what's Zeta's forbidden school?
It's not forbidden. That's a 3.5 thing.
That's a 4-letter word, forbidden. We don't believe in that here.
We don't. believe
Forbidden
in
is a
forbidden.
4-letter word.
No, I absolutely can learn spells of my lesser schools.
We'll have to talk about this later. I'm assuming this isn't something for right now.
No. What it does, the book or the spell that I cast was Page-Bound Epiphany. You magically scour the world's libraries for information that might refresh your memory about a topic. Upon casting the spell, the focus book's pages fill with snippets and selections from countless books. You spend up to 1 round per caster level reading these notes. You may cease reading at any time, and when you do, you can immediately attempt 1 knowledge check with a +1 for every minute, for every round you spent.
So you want to do a
Right.
knowledge check to try to find the
To
book?
learn about it. I'm trying to learn about it.
It's a high DC you're looking at.
That's what I assume. If from what I read of like having like first-hand knowledge, or reading or learning from an instructor would be like a 17. And if I'm simulating any books that have any kind of instruction on what to do with this thing, that would be basically first-bound knowledge.
Not quite. What's the name of the spell?
Haunted Communion.
No, the spell.
Page-bound epiphany.
Page-bound epiphany.
Oh, yeah, Page-Bound Epiphany.
They're already back.
Level 2 divination. No, we're missing my brother.
Okay. Yeah, but wouldn't you have to know if this thing exists to look for it?
Yeah.
You see the problem yet?
We're all gonna fucking die.
No, that's fair. That's why I'm trying to kind of like learn about it.
Well, what are you just trying to... If you're trying to look for something that is close, like something that... If you're trying to learn about something that performs the same function, perhaps, and then you would learn of it, and then you'd have to do further checks, and the checks are just going to get harder until you can actually master the thing.
That's fine.
Alright. Let me write up something real
Okay.
fast, and then we'll do a quick knowledge.
Right, I guess I'm not explaining well enough. I'm trying to make a knowledge check happen to learn about the ritual, not necessarily to like.
Yeah, well, you have to learn that the ritual... You have to learn that rituals exist, and then you have to learn that this ritual exists. And then you learn...
Right, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And it allows me to simulate any kind of library to like read stuff.
And I'm sure the page-bound epiphany has limitations on what it can pull.
It's not very
Just
specific.
things in books.
Yeah.
Can you use page-bound epiphany to read off of that book we gave Gil?
That's what I'm saying. It's got a...
No, I don't think that I can like look up
You can't look for
like,
specific books.
things. I could look for stuff about.
And it's only
one
snippets.
Giant leather-bound book, but it would take a while to actually research anything because I can only do this like a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But it would still be with a really nice knowledge arcana check.
Yeah, go ahead and toss me a knowledge arcana real fast so we can get these wheels turning.
All right, I'm casting this at caster level 10, so I will get a +10 to this.
Okay.
since I'm assuming we did level up from sleeping.
Well, you cast it the first time after the Hellcat fight.
That's right.
And you'll cast it again in the morning, I'm sure.
Possibly. We're gonna hang on to it in case we need to turn it into well, it is a divination spell.
Okay, fair.
So I don't actually like have to hold on to anything. Alright, so 43 knowledge arcana.
Pretty good.
Is there any kind of like magical aura coming off of these
How are you gonna find out?
spellcraft check? I'd assume.
Well, I mean, you can't just spellcraft and see auras.
You need detect magic first.
Gotta do detect magic. Which has a spell failure chance.
It does have a spell failure chance. So,
I believe in you, Zeta.
well, it's fine. I'll use spellcraft to simulate still spell to ignore any somatic components with detect magic.
Okay. In my own dojo.
Full plate's only 35%, not 40%. Which is weird. Why does half plate have a worse spell failure chance than?
I think I just looked at the heaviest plate they have, not full plate.
Because plate supports itself.
Okay. What's the caster level? I mean, what's the level of the spell of detect magic after factoring?
0.
Still spells a zeroth up?
Oh, no, sorry. Still is 1, so it would be 0 for the spell, and then 1, so it would be a first level spell.
Okay.
Modified with still spell for a check of 17.
Alright. So you cast detect magic. You take 6 force damage.
Oof, okay.
Are you gonna need a concentration check for taking damage
Fine.
while casting? Don't actually think you can fail this. Like it's like 15 plus damage done or something.
I could roll a 2.
Let me go look at it real fast. I don't think you could fail it though.
I could roll a 2.
Thought there was a chart, but I guess not. Oh, there's the chart. Injured while casting. It's only 10 plus damage dealt plus spell level, so
So
you
I
rolled a
still
2.
did- Alright.
You still did it, yeah. Okay. And then I assume you concentrate on the thing for a round?
Yeah, we're gonna study it.
Alright, you take 6 more force damage.
That's fine.
It's definitely magic.
These big rolls. Alright.
Take 2 more force damage. It's some sort of necromancy, as well as divination.
Ooh. Okay. And that's for the
You take 4 more force damage. You realize that it's turning any magic you try to use against you.
alright.
And what's
we'll
the
stop there.
divination component? To let them know if somebody takes off their ankle monitor?
Who knows? You gonna try to take it off?
They expect us to sleep in it?
Oh yeah, you slept in it. By the way, everyone wakes up fatigued on Kuthana the
No,
27th.
I need to make a spellcraft check still to like determine its exact
Oh, I thought that was the
properties.
34. Isn't it?
Oh no, is it? No. Sorry, that should be a 36.
Yeah. It's literally the things it
Alright,
does is it's
okay.
heavy. It's heavier once activated than it is not activated. It's essentially a cursed item, so you're only getting it off by a remove curse. And it effectively limits you as if you were wearing incredibly poor heavy plate mail. And also does force damage to you anytime you try to do anything magical. which is why I was asking if you were flying earlier.
Flying? No. if I was accepting the collar and not fighting back.
But did you try flying after?
Yeah,
Getting
you'll
the
you'll
collar.
realize that trying to fly causes discomfort.
I would imagine I probably did.
We'll throw it in there just for the lels. I think you'll be okay. 1 damage.
It is a supernatural fly.
Supernatural, not
Well, it's
spell-like?
not a anti-magic field.
So I would still fly. I would take damage from it.
You're still flying.
Okay. All right. No, I'm at land. Yeah.
It's just that you take damage every round.
Right. What are we doing for rolling for health per level?
It's roll, and then if you don't get half, take half.
Yeah,
I'll
that,
be right back again. Sorry.
Again.
that color did
Alright.
absolutely nothing to Leland.
Nope.
Because he already wears full plate.
Well, you
And
can't
he-
take it off at night, so you're fatigued in the morning.
Okay. But I already wear full plate, and I don't do any magic.
Do you have armor training?
I think it trades away
That's-
armor training, right?
Yeah, I have no armor training, I have no weapon training.
Oof.
This is a terrible fighter archetype.
It's a big oof for me.
Oh, and Zeta, you rolled really well on the spellcraft. You know that the damage it does to you is proportional to the amount of spell power you're using.
Mm. I assumed as much.
Yeah. Before you're like, D6 to teleport? Figure I'd give you fair warning.
Which means if you had just taken the failure chance, it wouldn't have hurt.
It also means if I took my ring off, I would have exploded. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
prepared.
probably.
Fucking headless body just pops up in the fucking cathedral.
With a friend.
And the friend's just like, whoa, I had nothing to do with that.
Not a monster.
Who do you think I am? Some kind of bloodthirsty killer?
Oof. This break, though.
Who are we waiting on now?
Fail is AFK again.
Sable, please.
It's alright.
So,
Yeah, let me finish my leveling up. So,
you guys just point me at the person you want me to lie, intimidate, or diplomacy to.
we're gonna need to intimidate a lot of people.
That's fine. I can radiate a big bad aura.
We have to make
Come on.
sure that they know that punishing you is a bad idea.
Oh, when
Oh,
you
you get
come
the
to hell
aura.
after me.
Oh yes. When it appears at D20
Oh, it seems-
or 20 hit die, aura.
Yeah, it seems we've arrested our.
This gonna claimed outrank him, right?
Check my credentials.
Who's the best devil you sold your soul to?
Right?
You gonna intimidate your way through
See-
court? Is that your plan?
All right.
Asmodeus sold his soul to me.
No. Beelzebub did. I think he.
You
Definitely
guys get into the
outranks
trial. You
a
get into the
lowly
trial,
wager.
and Killswitch is like, "I'll eat your children."
We're all back. We'll get
Flies.
All right. So it's Kuthana the 27th. It's early morning, probably around 9 a.m. Everyone wakes up nice and fatigued. The day is yours.
I knew I should have gotten that remove fatigue.
Don's gonna approach Francis in the morning and tell him that he believes that we should probably start with Lawrence, who runs the general store in town.
I agree, Don, and I'll hold my arms up and say, have I ever told you about some of the great battles of Beelzebub?
I'm not entirely sure why you're trying to use that on me, Francis. I know you're a law-abiding citizen.
He
You
has
see,
to.
there's this time in band camp.
Are your arms already coated in fruit?
Yes.
He's doing it again, Don. See?
And I'll just recount the tales as Don, you can tell me whatever. I'm listening. But I'm telling you.
I'm listening, but also.
So while you guys are doing that, Leland's probably already at the store.
Great, we're gonna die.
No, Don, you were saying something.
Lily comes back with all the candy.
We have all the candy.
Is candy a euphemism here?
Yeah, for sugary sweets.
Okay.
Oh. Now I get it.
Now I get it.
But
God damn
Don,
it.
you were saying?
I think that we should probably start with Lawrence. I agree with Inquisitor Felix on that. Runs a general store, you know. I don't know, either pull your Asmodean shit on him, or do something. Just do me a favor, Francis. Don't try and scare anyone. And also, you might want to clean up before going into someone's general store.
Notes taken.
It's just, I know your loyalty, and that will certainly look good in court, but probably not when you're talking to the owner of a store that sells food.
Maybe we should ask them to come outside.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
Francis, you're really gross, by the way.
Francis, you are absolutely revolting.
We can't have you inside of a...
Right.
But we do respect your practices.
Thank you, Avery.
I don't, but, well,
Tolerance is important.
Yeah, Don, just love me for who I am.
I
I
don't
understand
love
the
any of
value
you.
of the experience.
By the way, Sable has not left her room.
Well-
She's still on the bed with her orc plushie.
look, I'm gonna go get Sable. You guys just meet me at the general store, okay? Y'all head over. We'll all meet up there. And try to find Leland before he does something to get us something else get us in trouble.
The boy just needs the candy. He seems like a
Don-
licorice kind of guy.
Don's gonna head upstairs and he's gonna knock on the door.
Sable does not respond.
Sable, it's me, not them.
What do you need?
Not them.
And it worked!
Oh, shit.
Can I come in?
Sure.
Don's gonna open the door slowly and look inside.
She is on the bed, clutching her orc doll.
She invited you in. Why'd you have to be creepy about it?
Hey!
Hey, sport.
we're we're gonna go try and talk to people out of killing us. You want to come with?
I don't see how much help I can be. My use is with guns and exploding.
Yeah, but you know, you have an alibi.
And what good is that going to do when they're already chomping at the bit to cut our heads off?
Well, I think it has more weight than you would think. I mean, your alibi is the Grand Wizard of Cheliax.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is really sad. We're fucked. Sable did nothing wrong. She's out the tower. She's excited to live life. She gets a great fight with some Hellcats. Like everything's coming up, Sable. By the way, you're under arrest.
For doing literally nothing except associating
For
with
not
people.
being there to stop it.
For being with a bunch of criminals.
No, the worst part is they're gonna look it over in court and be like, "Well, there was someone with a gun there. It must have been you."
Oh, they already got him.
Yeah, they already know it was Radis.
You were hanging out with these people, so tough luck.
Yep. Guilt,
Hanging out with the wrong crowd.
guilt by association.
We didn't so much fall, so much as we sauntered vaguely downward.
What's that?
No, more like we just decided to take a swan dive and then we did a triple pirouette on the way down.
But you guys are feeling real dumb about poo-pooing on that ship idea.
So I'm assuming, I believe Leland said he was already at the candy shop.
Probably.
This ought to be good.
Because he didn't get a chance to go before.
Yeah,
You know,
ideally,
last time we were here, he got stabbed.
did Leland tell us about the candy shop?
Probably not. Like, you'd
No.
probably come in a few minutes after he got there.
Yeah,
So
so I
sticky.
imagine you guys show up at the general store, and there's no one in the general store, but as you walk in, you see the rather he's a middle-aged gnome with slicked back hair, and one thing that Francis might appreciate, since Francis has his own what's the word? Facial accessory. You'll notice that this man also wears a mask, but only a half mask and only the top half.
Ah.
And he says, "You all must be Leland's friend." And I'm sure Leland is over there eyeing all the different candies on one side of the shop, because on one side of the shop is a general store, but on the far side is candy.
Mm-hmm. Gonna look over all the different... What kind of candies does he have?
Oh, there's so much
Very
stuff. So there are, well, I'll list off a few, and then Leland can tell me which one was his favorite. So there's silver boulettes, which are chocolates in the shape of boulettes, but they're covered in aluminum foil. There are mint flayers. There are lemon lamias. There are snare crows. There are licorice wands. There's peppermint pixies. There are bean holders.
Bean holders?
Bean holders, yeah. They a bean holder is a bag of beans that look like eyeballs, and there in every bag of beans there is one very large eyeball.
Like jelly beans or
Yeah, like
actual
jelly
beans?
beans.
Okay.
Jelly beans with like a jawbreaker.
A bean holder.
Oh man, please tell me he likes jawbreakers, because now I'm just picturing Leland walking up to us with like his cheek fucking puffed out. Fuck on!
Well, so far it sounds like he really likes bean holders.
There you go. Now those are the on top of regular candy like just bubble gum and chocolates and things. Those are the cheaper side of candies, but there are more expensive candies here.
Oh man, Leland's an adult now. He has real money.
He's real money. He can buy the expensive candies now. You know how long it's been just seeing smoldering s'mores on the shelf?
So yeah, I've probably mentioned that I didn't get to stop by last time because I was busy being stabbed by the captain.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure he's been more
I've
than
been talking his ear off.
oh, I'm sure. He's been listening and uh probably making suggestions on what to buy.
Well, now that my friends are here, I think I should get some for them too. And gonna think for a minute. How much for all of them?
All of them?
All of them.
Well, I wouldn't know offhand. We have a lot of inventory in candy.
Um,
Especially the more expensive candies. There's
Leland's gonna reach into the bag of holding and just out of character, I have over 15,000 gold.
oof.
I probably have more than one pouch for all of the gold.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of pounds of gold.
Well, I mean, there are little pies here that are worth 700 gold pieces apiece.
Oof, what?
Yeah.
Are they made out of the gold you pay?
No, but their name would probably give you an idea as to why they're called this. They're called haste pastes.
It's so awesome. Do they have a gingerbread witch here?
They absolutely do.
Yeah, she works in the
Amazing.
back. She's the one who makes the licorice.
Then there's hobgoblins. There's glutton buttons. There's nimble
so-
nougats.
So Leland's going to
Brawn
reach
bonbons.
into the bag of holding and pull one of the large sacks of gold, put it on the counter, and like start trying to count it out.
Says, whoa, Leland, if you just grab what you want, then we can count out what we need.
Oh, okay.
Leland picks up a shelf.
The entire shelf.
The whole shelf.
Goes outside, picks up the store by the foundation.
Picks up a piece of paper, writes "I'm innocent" on it. Just how much for this?
Leland's not that smart.
Walks over and just drags a whole cabinet over.
So
Slowly.
what sounds good?
What's a bonbon?
A bonbon? Well, they're bonbons, but the packaging has muscles on it.
That sounds pretty cool.
They're 300 gold pieces a pop.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm
buy
sorry.
one.
Not quite.
Let's make a
They're
killing.
250 gold pieces a pop. You're gonna buy one?
Yep.
Alright, so mark off your 250, and I imagine Leland has no problem eating it immediately.
Bam, head
Oh no,
explodes.
this one's for Dawn
Oh, okay.
because it's the muscles.
Strongest character in the group, and he still defers to Don.
Anything rainbow colored.
rainbow colored. Licorice wands are often rainbow colored.
And those were in the cheap end
Yes.
of things. Then I'm gonna get a bunch of those. Let's.
They're only like 2 copper apiece.
He doesn't have licorice wands anymore.
Probably
Yeah.
not. They're probably all in like a small barrel, and he just picks it up.
Here's Zeta, carry this around.
Well, the barrel's not a full size barrel. It's like a large
It's like a
mixing
flagon.
bowl.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Something for Sable.
Pop rocks.
Pop rocks.
There are pop rocks.
What's a haste paste?
Um,
Those are the 700.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
what it
that's 700.
I'll pick up one of those. Sable looked sad. I'm sure that'll help.
We actually,
Haste.
he actually, where is it?
Hey, so we can run faster from our problems.
You can't just run away from all your problems. That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
Watch me.
What is this? Yeah, there's a if you're telling Lorenz that she's sad, he'll let you know that sounds like she could use a Calamera cluster.
Sure, that sounds good. I mean, he's just gonna opt into whatever he's suggesting.
Okay, the Calamera cluster's 250. And it's like a it's like a little bitty chimera, except each of the heads is a different jawbreaker.
Ooh. Cotton candy for Zeta.
Okay, easy enough.
Something fruity for KFC.
Something fruity. Well, there's lemon lamias,
Got him.
Sure.
and those are on the cheap end. So you probably get a fistful of them for like a gold.
Mm-hmm.
Get a gallon of them.
Hellcat.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see, where's that put me? 1,200 and change. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna mark off some extra for miscellaneous.
There's another one that he offers for you that he doesn't recommend you personally eat, called a Hickoff Hydra, which is it's like a licorice, but it has a bunch of different Hydra heads, and that's only like 10 gold.
Due to the craftsmanship.
So you gonna
So
get passing out the candy you bought?
Mm-hmm. So 13.
How much did you just spend on candy?
1,238.
Not that bad.
Well, we found Leland's vice. So I'm sure by the time you all get there, he runs up and has a fucking barrel full of candy.
Just start handing it out. So everyone got the list of things I was giving them.
I got
Yep.
cotton candy.
I assume I had the rainbow stick things.
Yeah.
I didn't make that association at first.
I get it.
Then, Bonbon for Dawn.
Brawn
think
Bond for
AFC
Dawn.
was getting the haste paste.
I thought Killswitch was
No.
getting a Lemon Lania.
Right, you're right, you're right.
I don't know who you were giving haste paste to.
Those
I
roosters.
guess I'll keep it for myself because I never got to try it before.
I
Sure.
think you said for Sable, right?
Sable got the Chimera cluster.
Ah, right. Yeah, you were getting her the haste paste, so then you got that for her instead.
Who got
Right.
the Hydra?
I don't know yet.
Ebony.
Oh, please.
Do you
Oh,
have
my
anything,
headset
buddy?
cut out.
Sorry, what?
My headset cut out, so I missed whatever was just said.
How much did the Hydras cost?
Like 10 gold pieces.
Pick up Hydras.
Hickoff.
Which is just archaic spelling of hiccup.
You would hope so. So is everybody eating their stuff?
Well, not
Sure.
all at once. It's gonna take me a while to get through this barrel.
So Donovan, you're eating that
Dang.
bonbon?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, you're under the effect of bull strength.
Cool.
Don for Don.
I'm gonna buy 3 of those Hydra Hickoffs.
Sure. Is Sable gonna eat her Chimera
Yeah,
cluster?
She will.
Alright, you're under the effect of calm emotions.
Oh wow, nice choice.
What's the lemon lady do?
It tastes like lemon.
Wow. That's amazing. How did they do that?
It tastes so much like lemon.
What did I get? Like rainbow rock candy sticks?
No, you got licorice wands.
Ah, right. Ooh, that sounds so good.
They're just licorice in the shape of wands.
I would have it no other.
Alright, Francis, do your Asmodean shit.
But dog, I'm shy.
Don, I worship from there.
Don just stares at him. There's
Okay.
there's no humor in his face at all.
Okay, Don. Don't have to be so serious about this whole being sentenced to death thing. So, yeah, this is the guy, huh?
Yeah, as you guys enter and Leland's passing out the candy, Lawrence kind of barks over the counter and says, "You all must be Leland's friend. Well, any friend of Leland's is a customer of mine."
Alright.
Looked at
Well,
everyone
I
else.
see where this guy's priorities lie.
Is this one of the guys that has a vote for us?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
Out of character isn't like 700 gold enough to buy a house.
In Longacre? Probably, yeah.
Don's gonna like he's finishing up eating the brawn bon.
And he just gets jacked a little bit and walks over.
He just gets jacked a little bit.
So-
He's like, how much are these? Oh, sorry about that. How much are these? How much are these?
He kind of
Maybe too much, sir.
points you in the direction of where they are and shows that the entire section is labeled for 250 gold.
He's gonna count out 1,000 gold and put it down. And he'll be like, it's goddamn worth it.
You're God's damn right. And he slides the money.
4 brawn bons. Amazing. These are amazing.
These are just potions and candy. aren't they?
They're 100% potions in candy form.
100%. Don doesn't even care. This is the most palatable way to drink a potion that he's
It's
ever
true.
had.
It's probably the best way to drink a potion.
Yeah, and as he's like he's kind of licking his fingers, and he's just like, "This is amazing. You you put a potion inside of a candy."
Don, did you have one of the Hickoff Hydras?
No, I had a bonbon. It was really good. Also,
Oh.
I think it gave me bull strength.
I'm gonna give one of the hydras to Francis.
Okay.
All right. Well, the Hydra has 7 heads, so how many are you eating, Francis?
Aren't they jawbreakers?
No, they're like a they're somewhere between taffy and licorice in texture.
Glittering Hydra. Yeah, I'll try one of.
You're only gonna eat one?
Yeah, I'll try one for now.
Okay. One of the heads or one of the Hydras?
Not the whole thing all at once.
Sure.
Like a glutton.
Absolutely.
Try one of the heads.
Okay. So something between a hiccup and a cough happens to you. It's extremely unpleasant.
Zeta. Puppies.
Guys, this is like a little slice of
Sneeze,
heaven in here.
cough, and hiccups all at once. The kind that make you almost shit your pants.
Yep.
That seems really unpleasant.
Francis,
What?
remind me if we get out of this alive to come back here and buy some more candy.
Okay.
Meanwhile, fucking Sable's over there being real mellow.
Everything's cool,
It's
man.
like you just smoked a joint.
That's what I imagine.
Are you feeling it yet? Sobered
Do you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
I think Sable's feeling it.
Right? Feeling it, Sable? Yeah. I'm gonna give the one of the hydras to Ebony, while I'm giving one to.
Oh no!
No!
Wait, no, Zeta.
No! Don is gonna swat that shit down and be like, absolutely not!
Okay, I'm no Zeta.
But she wants it.
Ebony,
No!
Ebony is very curious to the commotion. She pokes
on.
out of Killswitch's bag.
Lorenz, do you have anything that might be a little more, aged?
Um. What?
A little bit more ripe.
Yeah.
Ripe. We have fruit?
Do you have anything fermented?
I've got a few bottles of wine.
But no fermented candies.
Fermented candies.
What is
Yeah.
this, an American store?
What the fuck is America?
I had a dream about it once.
Every time
It
Bull
was very
Strength
violent
ever
place.
gets cast on Don, it has to be this way.
Yes. This is going exactly the way I planned.
I really want to make Don rage too.
No, if I rage, I'm just gonna be doing it all the time.
He just turns into exactly what Killswitch thinks he looks like.
Yep.
You'll just
See
have
the
Mr.
resemblance?
Cork screaming at you the whole time.
So the Lawrence kind of pipes up to the rest of you. Well, come on now, buy something. I'm already losing a lot of customers by you guys being here.
Well, no, that's what we wanted to talk to you about.
And we'll be out of your hair immediately.
Exactly. Can we count on your vote?
What's in it for me?
I don't know, Francis. Maybe you should buy something.
Well, perhaps I did you something better. If
Better than customers?
look, candy and music go along perfectly.
Excuse me, sir?
How about you be the official candy of KFC and the Hairy Chicks?
I don't think anyone wants to
Be
have
a
their
rather,
name attributed to them.
he says, be a rather short-lived sponsorship.
Oh, that's encouraging.
That's why we need your vote.
I assume the bowl strength wears off by this point.
Yeah, it only lasts like a few minutes.
Okay. he shakes his head. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, what would sweeten the deal for you?
Money.
How much
Okay.
you want us to buy?
Hmm.
What if
You
I
know-
just paid you 1,000 gold straight?
Excuse me, sir. What about advertising?
He kind of points to Sable. I like her idea. 500 gold ahead, though.
Frankly, I like the way this guy thinks a
Come,
lot.
come now, you can do better than that for us.
You're right.
Uh,
750 gold ahead.
All right.
Don puts 750 on the counter, and he's just like, "Look, if that's how it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be. I already
Does it-
died once. I don't want it to happen again."
Does
How
it,
about I throw in a personalized jingle for you?
Francis, take what you can get, please.
does it help my case to mention that I'm only a part of this because I was traveling with these bunch of maniacs?
I resent that, but okay.
I resemble that.
Now, it's true. What we came to see is Leland had been impaled by the captain by the time I got to the scene.
Francis, I don't think he cares.
Oh yeah, I already told him about that part.
Would you want to lose your best customer that way?
Who, Leland? This is the
Yeah.
first time he's spent real money in my store ever.
But
he
he
just
spent a lot.
he just spent enough money to buy you 3 houses in Longacre.
Yeah. Does he
You
have
build a
one
house.
to buy me a house in Sothis?
How much do you need for that?
A lot. At least for a good one. You can buy a cheap house there for a few grand, perhaps. But who wants to
Oh,
live in
well.
the slums?
If
No, I
that's
feel
where you
that.
want to go.
Yeah,
Zeta will
beach house or
produce,
bust.
750 as well.
So
Alright,
it
hold
doesn't
on. Let's.
help my case at all to mention that I'm completely innocent of everything. I was actually with the Grand Wizard at the time of.
He doesn't care about your circumstances. He just wants money.
Yeah, out of character, he doesn't care about your circumstances. He just
yeah,
wants
I
your
know,
money.
but Sable's,
If you want
He has
Yeah.
zero sympathy.
to, in a character, he says, perhaps you can write up a sign and ask for donations.
Don's gonna put 1,500 gold on the counter and be like, "That's for her and I."
He looks to, I believe the only people who haven't paid is Aubrey and,
He did get another 1,000 out of me for the bonbons. Brawn bonds.
yeah,
How much is he looking for?
750.
Oof.
Sure.
Does a 31 lower the price at all?
The price.
He offered 500, but you didn't want to take that.
It's true.
So Killswitch is offering 1,000 for himself.
Yeah, what's your offer for him to lower the price? Because you got to know your audience here. Sell me on selling him.
The problem is that Francis values music,
Yeah, exactly.
but
'Cause
this guy doesn't give a shit about
Francis
music.
is trying to pay an exposure.
Look,
Dude, I
look,
get you
okay,
so much exposure.
500 gold and a personalized song.
In his defense, Don is looking over all the other candies for something else to buy. In his defense, he's actually a pretty good songwriter.
Look, what? My name is known around here. You know, people of all.
He's not heard of
towns who
you.
Come here. All right.
Francis, just give the man the money. Before you dig us in deeper.
Don't worry, Francis. You can throw in an autograph for free.
Fucking Francis over here like, I've got thousands of subscribers. I'm an
Zeta will
influencer.
produce a scroll parchment for Francis to give an autograph as well.
Oh my god. Nobody cares about you, Francis.
He can frame it in the store.
I gave it a good shot. If he had heard of you, maybe.
You know what? I accept death. Money's worth it.
I accept death. Money is worth it.
Francis, if you don't pay the man right now,
Oh,
the whole town is gonna get a show of a public execution before it's time.
I'm so poor, Don. I can't
Don
afford
is
to
gonna-
live.
Don is gonna groan and put 750 more on the counter.
I can't afford to live.
Out of character, how much does KFC have?
Oh man. So
Because he does make money like every
He
night.
makes the most money out of everyone.
okay, so if I spend this, I will have 1,000 gold.
I have 1,000 gold right now.
I'm so poor, Don.
You handle finances like Zaflan handles HP.
No, no.
Fuck,
If
I'm in a
I
bad place,
said-
guys.
If I was the one saying I couldn't afford to live, that would be the
Oh,
fault.
fuck. Kill him.
With like
Okay.
14,000 gold.
So if Don's floating both Sable and Kill Switch and everybody else pays... Wait, did Aubrey pay?
Yeah.
Alright. Then he says, it's been a pleasure doing business. You have my vote. Now can I interest you in a haste paste?
How much
Sure,
for
I'll
a
take
haste?
one.
How much for a haste pace? I just spent a crap ton on this idiot.
There's
700.
700 gold.
Yeah, give me one of those.
Well, gee, Francis, I have
And-
about 500 gold left.
Look, there's a reason I need money, Don. And you'll thank me later.
If we live.
You'll
Oh, by the
thank
way,
me
Lowrance,
later.
what do you think our odds are?
At least
Whoa.
1 in 5.
Yeah, at least 1 in 5.
Well, hopefully 2 out of 5.
Confident we'll have the people's vote.
I'm confident we'll at least have the Hell Knight vote.
The only thing we're
Whenever
really
whenever
missing is
Aubrey
we're-
says I'm confident we have the people's vote, you hear the bell ring as if somebody came through the front door, and then it rings again as somebody leaves.
Well, of course they haven't attended Francis' concert.
All right, well, we're really gonna be banking on the Thrunes, I guess.
Yeah, they're where we're not.
It's like
gonna win.
the fucking Simpsons meme with the
He
where he
walks
walks in.
walks out.
Yeah, he puts his hat down, picks his hat up, and leaves.
Well, hello there. Oh, fuck this.
So, Francis, I can't cast any magic to help with your concert.
But I can
It's okay,
scat
Zeta.
pretty good.
That's all we need. Is the scat.
Scatting.
Pure
Okay,
talent.
well,
I
guys.
scat at least once a day.
Oh my god.
It's only healthy.
Okay, guys, look. We've paid our dues. We've bought some candy. We've paid the nice man. Now maybe we should get out of his store so that he can start getting business revenue again.
Yes, we leave immediately.
Alright.
We're done here.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Lawrence.
He kind of gives you a nod and wishes you good luck.
And I promise you that if we survive this, I'm coming back. And I am buying a lot more candy.
He says, looking forward to it, and he gives you a wink.
Because potions in candy form, you should be a lot richer.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the entire Hell Knight organization.
Don, you're supposed to make him pay for that.
Can't just give out Fuck, I forgot the word now.
Recommendations?
No, not that. Exposure.
Endorsements?
You can't just give out exposure.
So Don's gonna herd everyone out. He's gonna have to probably pay a little more attention to Sable. He's like, all right, come on, stop staring at the wall.
Just keep her hopped up on Chimera clusters.
Oh wait, how much are these? How much are the Chimera clusters?
I think they were 250
I think they were 250. Yep.
because they are a potion.
Mm-hmm.
Don's gonna rifle around his coin purse.
They're actually pretty cheap for potions.
He's gonna sigh and put his
Don,
last 500 gold down.
Done. Do you not think we need to bribe more people in the future?
It's just,
Why are you spending all of your money on candy?
it's just. I really don't want Sable to be freaking out right now. Okay?
I need to sing Sable songs.
I don't think that's gonna help.
I can fast
Sable's gonna freak out more when we don't have any money to bribe any future prospects.
Whenever she dies.
How many people do you think, honestly, that we're gonna have to bribe? Lawrence is probably like all of them.
Probably
Leslie.
all of them.
What
I'm
up?
gonna remind you that you just gave a speech about Cheliak's Law.
It's true. I was trying so hard not to lose it when he was like, "You guys need to follow the law and do things the right way." I was like, he has no idea.
Did Duncan deliver that letter to Celery asking her to meet us in Longacre?
Fuck. You don't have a way to know.
Just gotta wait and see then.
Yep.
She's not gonna meet us in Longacre.
Give it like 10 minutes, she might.
She's gonna pop up. What do you idiots want?
I bought candy.
All right, bye.
So where
Waste of my goddamn Sunday.
where are you guys headed next?
Well, I personally suggest the Hell Knights. Because that seems like one that should hopefully be easy for us.
Yeah, let's go to the Hell Knights.
And we can probably get a little more information about Veritor Longustus.
Sure. So you guys head off to the encampment.
I guess.
Alright, just a hop, skip, and a jump. And when you get there, I'm assuming you go to the same tent you found Fadao in previously.
Yeah.
Fadau's in there with her other signifiers, still orchestrating, maintaining the perimeter. She greets you as you enter and says, "Oh, Donovan. See you have some new accessories," and she kind of motions to her neck.
Yeah, dead man walking. He's gonna sit down. All right, Fadal. Do you have any idea who's in charge of this one?
Who's in charge of the camp?
No, our vote as far as the Hell Knights go. We're supposed to have a Hell Knight representative.
Oh. Oh, that's me.
Oh. All right, Fadal. What do I gotta do?
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, apparently we're supposed to go talk to people about pleading our case to them so that we can get their votes on our side. And I want to know what you want to know.
Well, Donovan, you're one of ours. I really don't know about the rest of this lot, but I'm not going to have you thrown into the furnace with these.
He blinks.
You'll be thrown into your own furnace alone.
Don blinks. Fadal, that was probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Well, the way I see it, if they are a bunch of heretics and high murderers, then they'll strike again.
She has no idea how it is.
See, I think everyone should have this mentality.
he's okay. He turns back to the group and gives a thumbs up. Gives them an okay sign. Okay, well,
Whoa,
putting.
Don. Racist.
putting oh shit! He gave a thumbs up. We're fucked.
So she
Okay,
kind of
well-
looks to you and says, "Yeah, the Baroness had come and appointed me yesterday afternoon. What right after you guys had left, just about. Do you know who all else you have to convince?"
Yeah. He pulls out a little notebook. let's see. Veritor Longustus. We already talked to Lawrence Lorator. We need to convince the people, but I don't see that happening because it looks like the people of Longacre hate Leland. Titillo Thrune and Lutherico Thrune.
Of course, the Baron and Baroness would be on there.
What can you tell us about them? If anything at all.
Not much. She was very direct with me, which I appreciated.
Yeah, we interacted with Lawrence, and I quite respected his directness. Made things very easy for everyone.
Oh, Lawrence is a pillar of the community, as far as I'm aware.
He's a businessman, as far as I can tell.
Indeed. But it's good for morale to have candy around.
Yeah, have you tried the Brawn Bonds? They're great. But anyway.
Have I tried the Brawn Bonds?
Okay, so, you can't really tell me anything about the Baroness. What about, Veritor Longustus?
As if she kind of missed it the first time it came around, she goes, Veritor Longustus?
Yes.
Priestess Longustus.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna kill Overy. Don is looking at the notebook. He's got a quill in hand. His eyes go wide when she says priestess. And there's a look of horror and then resignation on his face. And he looks at her with a smile on his face and he says, I want to thank you for bringing me in the Hell Knights. It's been a pleasure working with you. I'll make sure that I die with dignity, so as to not shame the Hell Knights.
Says, then, if you're not confident in winning, you should at least try to plead your case to the Baron and Baroness, so that the judgment may not be as harsh.
Well, do you think that they're just gonna say no outright? I mean, they are Thrunes, after all, and, well, one of their own was just slain. I wouldn't put it past them. Hell, I wouldn't blame them, honestly. But, anyway.
She shrugs and says, Thrunes may they be, we haven't had much interaction with the Baron and Baroness in our time here.
He looks around, gets in close. Should I leave some of these goobers at the door? And specifically, he's kind of motioning towards Zeta and Overy.
She kind of shrugs. I don't know. Like I said, she's very direct. She didn't seem terribly affected. I did ask around briefly, and from what I gather, at least they're not close family.
Alright, what happened?
We're all gonna die, Overy, and it's your fault.
It's not the old nun, is it?
It's the old nun!
She didn't seem very priestess-like. More crikety, Whoopi Goldberg. And, what's that, Sister and Me or whatever?
I know what you're talking about, but oh my god, the worm turns.
Right?
Oh, the turns of tables.
So that one's entirely on
It's on Overy.
Aubrey begging for forgiveness and KFC convincing her that the rest of us are pious.
Well, I'm not on trial for yelling at an old woman. I'm on trial for murdering the captain, which I didn't do. So it shouldn't be relevant, right?
I'm gonna reiterate that. Welcome to Cheliax, motherfucker. You gotta appease this bitch. Okay. So my first order of business will be to make sure that Aubrey gets on his hands and goddamn knees and begs for forgiveness from that priestess.
What were Aubrey's 3 words this time?
Gun, twig, and cell. No, I think it was yell at none.
Well, thank
God,
you
if
for
only.
everything. And in case, oh God, because he'd do it.
When the time presented itself, not right now, obviously. It's a little fragile.
He'd
on
wait
the
as
ice.
soon as the not
Yelling
guilty.
at the same nun again.
As soon as the not
No.
guilty gavel comes down, he'd be like, "Gotcha!" Just start fucking getting there.
Double jeopardy, bitches.
All right. So what's the current plan? What's the next stop here?
Well, Don is before he leaves, he's gonna thank her once again for helping him start his life over and giving him the chance to be what he is now. Just in case things don't work out.
Okay. She tries to be reassuring as much as she can, without She tries to look confident that you'll be okay.
I can tell she's not.
There's definitely some uncertainty.
How many votes do we need? Just 3 out of 5?
Yeah,
first
assume a
past the post.
majority.
Guilty might be heavier weighted than not guilty.
Well, we're at 2 out of 5 right now.
It's,
Wait.
As it was phrased just a bit ago, the more votes we have, the less harsh the sentence. So
But wait, if it's the Baron, the Baroness, the Candyman,
The people
the
and the Hell Knights.
the people.
The Baron
Okay.
and Baroness share a vote.
Oh, right. Yeah, they share a vote.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Right.
So as we leave the tent, Don is going to stop everyone. He's going to say, everyone, I got some bad news for us. One of the people on the council that is going to be determining our fate is none other than Veritor Longustus. And considering we did not know who this person was, I've just received a bit of news that may complicate matters. And he looks directly at Aubrey.
Well, he sounds
Aubrey.
nice.
Do you remember
Yes,
the nun?
Donald?
Do you remember the nun that you yelled at?
Well, I do, but I'm a little confused as to how you.
I heard the story. Y'all told me the story.
I didn't yell at her. I repeated. I was stuck in a loop per se.
She's on the council. That is Veritor Longustus.
Well, perhaps we should pay her a visit.
Perhaps you should get on your hands and knees and beg for forgiveness.
I prefer to speak to her.
Aubrey, the last time you spoke to her, it didn't go too well.
Well, she was being a bitch, Don. Like, I wouldn't use such drastic words if it weren't.
Sable speaks up and says, rather grimly, I wonder how the guillotine feels.
Well, I'm sure we won't feel anything, Sable.
Oh, I'm sure we would.
But of
But
course, we can
she totally would,
apologize.
Aubrey,
It's
Owen,
valid.
Bruvos, you know which
Owen.
lady they're
How
talking
did you know my middle name, Zeta?
The shock.
I know a lot of things, Aubrey.
Yes, of
I
course we
went
should.
to outer space with you. You remember
Of course
this.
we should. Of course we should address it.
Oh, and by the way, we should probably be doing a sense motive on these people to make sure that they actually are going to say yes.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
You know, it's
You're on
all
your own
Francis.
No, they're
that's
all
wisdom,
good
right?
with their word.
They're lawful.
So
right?
what's the
That's
Versatile performance it now.
that's all Sable.
the way I see it?
Was 18.
The way I see it, you still have a few other people to talk to here. You can go try to talk to the Baron and Baroness. You can go try to talk to Veritor Longustus.
We should try Veritor Longustus.
You can also try to go talk to the people. And don't forget that Inquisitor Felix is still in town.
Felix isn't on the board, though.
No, but he's somebody good to talk to about the trial, since he's going to be the one
Yeah.
conducting it.
And would he count as? No, he's not the people, right?
He's not the people.
But we do need to find the most influential people in the city that aren't individual votes and try to sway.
I have the feeling that the people may not be so easily swayed. That's why we needed the concert.
Wait, actually, we might have a chance here.
Of course.
There's a new captain in town, isn't there? And he does technically owe his promotion to Leland.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound very lawful at all.
Well, if you
I
think
like
about
this
it,
plan.
if you think about it in Chilaxian terms, it would be very lawful.
We did him a favor. He owes us a favor.
I wouldn't put it that way, Zeta. I wouldn't try to make it seem like he owes us anything.
Now you wouldn't want to go the way of the past captain, would you?
Look around the room. Who else wants a promotion?
We set you up there. We can just as easily knock you down.
Radis comes in. Who here wants a promotion?
Have you tried murdering your way out?
Did someone say cowboy time?
So shall we head to
Sable puts on a hat.
Nobody ever said cowboy time.
what was it? Church of Pharasma? Was that it? No, it wasn't
It
Pharasma.
used to be an Iomade,
Nah.
and then it was converted to Smogus.
Smogus.
Alright. So I suggest the next order of action would be to talk to the priestess and try to smooth things over. And Aubrey, I don't care how rude she is. I don't care how mean she is. I don't care how crotchety she is. I want you to be on your best behavior.
Yes, this is just the downfall of being raised with respect.
So you guys are heading off to the Church of Asmodeus.
Sure.
Grovel if you have to.
Okay. Sure.
That does seem like our best opportunity.
Well, the doors are closed as it's midday on a star day.
When will they be open?
Well, somebody knocks, as I heard a knock. You hear the footsteps hurried, as well as some grumbles. The door opens, and Veritor Longustus stands there and looks at the group with a sour expression on her face.
Good evening, Matt.
Hello.
And then she begins to cackle.
and Don just looks at Aubrey and shrugs. And, you know, I don't blame her. I get it. And he looks at her and he goes, and he okay, but before he starts groveling, I have to ask, what did he do?
We've only heard part of the story.
I really want to hear this because I wasn't around for it, and look, believe you me, dealing with him for 30 seconds at a time is hell. So please,
Well, you haven't seen hell.
As
Enlighten me as this
Jonathan likes
story.
to say, our friend is an idiot.
Even Zeta agrees.
She's trying real hard to speak through the cackle.
She should be able to see that Dawn is a kindred spirit in this.
She's basically trying real hard to speak through the cackle, but she points to Aubrey and says, "You're gonna get what you got coming." And she starts dying and closes the door. You can hear her laugh as she walks away.
Alright, so we could kill her.
Aubrey,
Aubrey?
Just a little sarcasm.
I want you to knock on the door, and when she answers, I want you to be on your hands and knees, asking her what you have to do to get her to forgive you.
I'll knock again.
Now, Aubrey, isn't this what got us into this mess with her?
Well, Don's insisting. I'll yell at her if I have to.
Oh, you will not.
Wait.
Does she open the door?
I don't think she is. I don't think she's gonna open the door. God, I hope she does, please. Asmodeus, Desna, Moloch, I don't care who's listening. Just let her open the
Fucking
door.
anybody.
If this takes long enough, she's gonna open the door to us. Just
Wait, I
Can we
missed
go
everything of what
over
was just said.
Having a blanket party on Overy.
What did I just miss?
Knocked again.
No, she just. You could tell that the cackling had died down, but when the knocking happens, the cackling resumes.
I guess we should join service tomorrow. Then.
It's something like that, yeah.
Okay. Well, Aubrey, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you
I can
after
take
this
you.
is all over. No, you can't. After this is all over, you and I are gonna have a bout. I'm gonna take out a lot of frustration on you, and then we'll be cool.
In the meantime, let's organize this.
Don't like this idea of a concert, guys. This is a small town. I think you're just gonna end up annoying people.
How else are you
never
gonna
like
win
your
over
ideas.
a large group of?
I'll tell you what. You guys can do your concert as best you can. I'm just not gonna participate because the best I can do is poorly whistle.
Yeah, it's mostly just KFC. But he's enough.
Well, here's what I think we should do. I think we should talk to the local officials, people who are high and in charge, and get them to organize a town hall so that we can talk to the people of the town.
Well, why don't we do both? We split up.
Splitting up is probably a bad idea right now, Sable. Do you really want Aubrey and Zeta going off on their own?
Why would they go off on their own?
Because you
We're
know them.
supervisors.
We're going with
You know
KFC.
Oh, right, you've got a point there.
You know them. If they have a chance for hijinks, they're gonna take it.
That's some. Never mind.
That's accurate.
yeah.
So-
I like Don's idea.
So what are you guys doing?
Well, probably gonna go to. I would assume that now we're gonna go to the law enforcement and go talk to old Fatty.
Okay. So you guys drop by the guard tower, and the guards don't seem to mind your presence.
They're used to it at this point.
They're safe. They're not captains.
God damn. But I assume you go in.
Kill Don's to save Dad.
So you guys go in to talk to Oswin.
Yeah,
Okay. He's asleep at his desk when you guys show up.
Don's gonna on the desk next to him. Excuse me, sir.
He gets up in a kind of hurried motion and acts like he was writing something, and he looks up and says, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, you know why we're here.
Oh, don't blame me. I'm not the one who did this. I told your
No.
friends that the Inquisition was going to find out one way or the other.
No,
I don't think I can actually put up a fight. If you want to kill me and make it quick, I suppose, but it's only going to make your
Why?
punishment harsher.
Oswin, why would we want to do that?
I mean, it seems to be your answer for everything.
Well, actually,
That's-
my answer for everything tends to be a little more well thought out, but, you know, I wasn't around for this, so...
In fairness, you do use your fists for a lot of answers.
Yes, Aubrey, but
Zeta
I
having
don't
trouble sleeping?
I got a sleep aid for that! Thanks, Don. This blindfold really did help me get to sleep.
Love it.
Thanks, Don. This blindfold's
Zeta
perfect.
gets
Is that
zapped in the
lavender
head with a
scented?
taser. Fists.
So, I was wondering what exactly we would have to do to set up a town hall.
Well, you'd probably have to get in contact with the people who organize the town halls.
And also, what you think we would have to do to get at least the guards on our side in this.
Do you want the guards to be on your side with this?
He nods.
don't know what you could do, honestly. You could.
You were there, Oz, when you saw what went down. You should speak to him and let the truth be known.
I mean, truth be known, the Major was a bit harsh.
A bit harsh. Is impaling poor Leland to the floor a bit harsh?
Oh, I think he's talking about the beatings.
Yeah, I was more referring to the beatings.
Nonetheless,
But he did make sure we were taken care of.
Well,
and we
don't
could
you
also make sure you're taken care of.
don't you make sure that you're taken care of now, though?
I mean, sure, but I try not to step on any toes.
I suppose having a Thrune able to step on toes was a nice feather in y'all's cap.
Well, it was nicer for the people who didn't have to report directly to Marzin.
Nonetheless, was
How is
Leland
it-
just supposed to allow him to kill him in cold blood? Like,
Of course not. He was a noble. A Thrune at that.
It should have been taken to the courts, but the
It
situation...
is being taken to the courts.
Well, it should have been taken to the courts before action was taken in the first
That's
place.
what I told them.
Had I have been here, Francis, I would have agreed with you. And I think if Sable had been here, she would have agreed as well.
Probably.
Well, as it stands, you'll be hard-pressed to influence the guards. At least the lower-ranking guards, as their quality of life has gone down.
What about the overall situation in this place? What's happened since Marzin's passed?
Since Marzin has passed, not much has changed. Save for the guard is now less of a thorn in people's sides. Essentially, we've taken a pay cut. Not me, I got promoted. But Marzin, while he was harsh, he did do things for morale from time to time. He would come in with bags and bags of candy. He paid for none of it, of course.
again, harsh is kind of a light word.
The
More
problem is,
maniacal,
Ma-
bloodthirsty, perhaps.
He had a habit of appropriating things.
the problem, Oswin, is that we have to convince the people that what Leland did was justified in some way, shape, or form. And that even if it wasn't entirely justified, he did have reason to do what he did. But, seeing Leland's track record around here, it looks like that'll be pretty hard to do.
Well, I don't think clearing Leland's name would be difficult. People generally don't think of Leland as a malicious actor. But the rest of you have got bad names.
Do I have bad name?
Not you, not her, and he points to Sable. But,
Yay!
hold on. And he kind of pulls out a few artist renditions. And there's an artist rendition of Zeta, but drawn as a witch. Like she's flying around on a broom. And there's an artist rendition of Kill Switch, and it's him in an alleyway playing for children.
Oh no.
Wow.
Wait, he didn't play the Gill song here.
No, he
He got
didn't.
around.
It got around.
How did he get around?
You're a famous musician in these parts.
In
Literally,
hindsight, it's
only
probably
Gil
good
is
that
ever-
you weren't recognized by the candy shop owner, because he would have been like, "Oh, I don't sell my candy to pedophiles."
Right.
Gil's out there throwing shade is what's happening. He's the only person who's ever heard that song.
Wait, hold on.
The
no.
guy who's got a reputation for playing
That
songs
guy
for
would
kids wants to buy candy.
Because they'd definitely be buying the candy.
That is true.
That's a good,
And they'd
That's a good
come
point.
back for more.
Oh
That's
no. Now the pedophiles have seen Francis frequenting the shop. There's ramifications here.
Are there any other posters?
I accept death. Let's just.
Any other
I'm telling everyone they should
renditions?
kill us.
Yeah, of course.
We may yet
Over.
have to take responsibility
Yeah.
for our actions.
There's one of Aubrey, but it's like he just looks like a hobo. He's just a
Just so
hobo.
elegantly though.
Don looks at that one. He looks at over and he's like, "That one's pretty accurate, actually."
I wear a. I can't recall the word for it, but it was like expensive.
You wear a
And then there's one of
We're a
Radis. And
Yeah, of
Radis
course that.
Radis looks like a what's the word? Like a miner.
Desperado.
No, like a miner. He's got like a bunch of sticks of dynamite poking out of his pockets. And one of them's lit.
Radis.
Yeah, he's Prospector Radis.
Don stifles a chortle when he sees the Radis one, and he's like, "Are they aware that these ended up being more humorous than anything else?"
It's
I
like
don't think they're in on the joke, Donovan.
They're very Flanderized.
the point is to put across that these people are dangerous and heretical. And these have been plastered around here for weeks.
We're actually quite lovely people as long as you don't try to kill any of us.
Well, you've got a lot of damage to repair.
Begins coughing horrendously.
Did you eat a fucking hiccough thing?
She shakes her head, but she just shakes her head.
Oh, that wasn't in character. I was trying to figure out why you're coughing.
Shaking her head at the sky.
No, she's coughing to stifle laughter.
Ah, okay.
because Aubrey said, "Oh, we're all good people."
We are. We try to help anyone we can.
Yeah,
Are we not good people? Are we the baddies?
Well, you do have skulls on your
on your beard.
corset.
No, I think we are. I definitely think we're lovely people.
Oh God!
It's not our fault that the fucking captain tried to kill Leland. I am not gonna accept that as being a bad.
That's when your eldritch god whispers to you, which roughly translates to, "Of course you're a good person."
Oh,
In fact, I've never killed a human. I don't think.
Oswin actually pulls something out from under the table
Who was it?
and says, Leland, I've been meaning to give you this ever since what happened. And he gives you a mace.
Is it a left-handed mace or a right-handed mace?
It sure is a left-handed mace.
It's the left-handed mace. You found it.
The only difference between this mace and a normal mace for everybody else is there's an L written on the handle.
Of course.
He says, I think the captain... And he kind of... you could tell he's so used to talking to fucking Leland about this. The captain would have wanted you to have this.
Or whoever else killed him.
Thank you, Oswin. It means a lot.
No, it means left.
You're right.
No, left.
And it begins.
Oswin is so used to talking with Leland, he just fucks with him.
Where do you think Leland learned it?
It's all Oswin's.
Who do you think
Oh my
babysat
God,
Leland?
Oswin sabotaged Leland.
Well, no, Leland was always under Oswin's care. Well, mostly.
Oh, he set this poor boy up to failure.
It's not his fault Leland's like this.
Why are you like this, though? This is amazing. We're all gonna die.
It's a mace.
It's amazing.
God damn it. Oswin says, Oswin will turn to the group and say, well, your next step was probably either to talk to Um, Low or the Baron.
We already got low rents on our side.
Oh,
We're worried about the people. It's going to be pretty hard to get the Baron and Baroness on our side, but the people, it seems like it's even more daunting.
I wouldn't be so sure about the Baron and Baroness. The people, sure, that might be difficult. I think you might be overestimating the difficulty of the people and underestimating the difficulty. Wait. He takes out a piece of paper and writes it down. Overestimating? He crumples it up and throws it in the garbage. It's probably going to be about the same for the people versus the Baron.
Well,
The
that's
people have already been indoctrinated to hate you, but the Baron and Baroness, while they were family with Marzen, Marzen wasn't acting very noble-like.
put a
Say
bad
that
taste,
again.
gave them a bad image.
Yeah, it's not.
Stabbing unknowing young men.
Nobles care about image, and most of that is the appearance of wealth. And when you go around appropriating things when you don't need to, it doesn't look good.
Okay, so guys, as long as none of you say the words, we did you a favor, we might be okay with them. Just don't say the words, we did you a favor.
But what kind of favor did we do?
No one say those words. Until the
We
trial
didn't.
is over, those words are they're not allowed.
I don't even know who these people are. We couldn't have done them.
Yeah, but I'm sure Francis would have tried to make that argument.
No, he's much better talker than that.
That's the problem. He is, but he doesn't think very much when he speaks.
Whoa,
It doesn't matter when his words are so silky smooth. Anyone will listen to.
Well, thanks for the advice, Oswin. I appreciate it.
Oh, no
And,
problem.
I think you made Leland's day with the mace. You brought laughter to a child's heart. Good for you, man.
It was already requisitioned.
Okay, where exactly could we find the Baroness? Let's go get our doomsday over with.
He kind of points you off in the direction and lets you know that the Scarlet Crown is off to the east.
Well, you guys want to go meet some nobility today?
May as well.
Absolutely.
We should probably go talk to Felix and let him know that we need to postpone the trial another day. Just try to milk as much time as we can get.
Well, before we go and do that, we should probably go visit Radis and see if we can get him to petition with us for his life.
That's a great idea, Zeta. Let's just go find Radis real quick. How long would it take for us to even find Radis?
I'm assuming he's being held.
If they found him,
We
I-
did.
They
last
did.
we saw, he
No, they confirmed he was found, along with the Monticello.
no. They said that he was not present, but our judgment would reflect directly on them.
Because
that
they
what it
were
was said?
already in custody.
Yeah, they were already in custody.
Yeah, and that how we handle things will affect them. So basically, there are more lives on the line than just ours.
It's not like Radis had any heads up.
Well,
He
Radis
went
is
to
kind
work
of an
and he got abducted.
Radis is kind of an ass. So if we do bite it, at least he deserves it.
Yeah, he did shoot the captain. It's pretty harsh.
If anything, a tearful petition from Radis might move people to side with our story, with the
The young man from Alkenstar.
Prospector
Don't know no
Radis.
better. I think the Monticellos are pretty up Shit's Creek, though. Sorry, Zeta, but
Yeah,
They're both-
they're fucked.
they're both associated to murderers and fugitives of the state. I don't think that's gonna work too well.
No, I've
Well,
had
death
to
is
come
just
to
another
terms
part of
with
the journey.
this.
We'll meet them again in another.
There
So-
are more roads that extend off of this one.
So you guys are going off to talk to Inquisitor Felix first?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys will spot him kind of just meandering around town. And as you walk up, he's chewing and says, "Oh, hey. You guys figured out what day you want to do the trial?"
Not
The
today.
30th.
That's good.
He's holding a big old bag of bean holders.
I say the
This
30th.
man has good taste.
30th? Okay. I'll probably put up flyers for that.
That gives us the most time that we can get.
You know, while you're putting up flyers,
You have his attention.
France, did you wanna put up flyers for your concert?
You mean the trial?
A concert at the trial. Why didn't I think of that?
That's a terrible idea.
This is pretty much how Game of Thrones ended.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we planned all along?
Why'd you think I came all this way?
Oh, this way to play. Okay, sure. No, I thought we were gonna throw the concert like ahead of time to like,
A benefit?
well, yeah, like some kind of.
Yeah, no, Inquisitor Felix is gonna
Yeah.
stomp that
Can
out
we
now.
provide food?
I'm gonna let you know that trying to hold a concert in the trial would be contempt of court.
Yeah, see that wouldn't
Unless
work.
it's like a really good song. National anthem.
This one's for the Baron.
Oof.
Now you're saying about people who can't have children? Come on.
All right. Okay. So we throw a benefit concert. We have games, food, right? Live music.
Could work.
Is this the plan? Because I'm with it if this is the plan.
Yeah, I think it'll really get the people on our side.
You can really get the people
How
going.
about streamers? It's not a party without streamers.
We can't
Look,
conjure any.
I
that'll hurt.
understand that
We'll get the
Francis is
cameras ready.
in a bad situation, right? But it took like 20 years to put R. Kelly, you know. So maybe we've got a chance here.
So are you guys about to switch gears to putting on a little festival?
We
For
should
the
probably
night.
talk to the Baron and Baroness first.
We should probably talk to them first,
Probably.
Okay.
but yes.
Alright. So you guys head off to the Scarlet Crown then. And as you approach, when you finally get out of the city proper and to the gates of the Scarlet Crown, it's not quite as lavish as you would think. It's definitely nice and is up there, could be described as a castle. But you're able to walk right in the front doors, which are wide open, and are greeted by a halfling gentleman in a little tuxedo. He says, Is there business here?"
Yes, we're here to meet with everybody.
He kind of adjusts his little um, bifocals. Everybody.
Well, almost people.
We're here to meet with the Baron and Baroness.
If they would be so gracious as to see us, of course.
Hmm. Wait here. And he kind of pitter patters up the stairs. And they have the very, cliche stairway up the main hall that splits into two and wraps around to the second story.
Oh, fancy.
How large is the photo in the middle of the staircase?
Right?
It's huge. Huge.
Life size.
It's bigger than life size. Like, it's a mural.
Fancy.
And in the mural, you can see the Baron and the Baroness, and you can see uh, they have one daughter. And you kind of have to do a double take
Oh no.
because you're pretty sure it's just Sable.
Oh no.
Uh,
I was.
a few minutes later, the same halfling comes down the stairs and says, "The Thrones will see you now." He kind of starts leading you up.
The voice.
That would have been really good. Furiously scrolls. So when you guys are led up uh, into what is essentially like a lounge room, there's a elven woman playing a harp. There's a fire going, and um, the Baron is he's got a little pipe, and he's just having a good old time near the fire. And the Baroness is sitting there knitting.
Oh, so it's that kind of pipe.
What other kind of pipe were you thinking?
Water pipe.
The kind
No.
that's not for tobacco.
No. So they don't pay you any mind as you enter, and then the small halfling kind of gives a half bow and directs you into the room. And as you approach the little living area, the the Baron's still chomping on the pipe. Says, "Yes, what is it?"
Howdy.
See, before we go on, do you mind if we take another 15 or 10?
Sure. If you want to take 10.
I know I need to.
Sure.
I'm down for a quick 10.
Yeah, that's fine. Be back at 10:20.
Alright, be right back.
I'm not going anywhere, but. All right, guys. So let's be realistic here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked do you think we are?
I don't think we're fucked. I think this is an opportunity.
We've got their
Leslie.
daughter.
Leslie, we are indeed boned, but are we super boned? he's gone.
Honestly, I'm pretty confident now that we know that the Baron Baroness weren't too pleased with him.
Yeah, I give us a solid 6 out of 10 to die.
I think fates are more in our favor than that.
Well, that's why I say die. I think we're gonna be punished, but I don't think we're going to die. Maybe a little bit more than a random coin toss.
We're gonna be fine. Everything's fine.
Leslie wouldn't have given us a side quest before this happened if we weren't going to be fine.
Most of us will probably be fine.
I'm ready to take off my fucking ring and just explode.
Like that, that Tyrannosaurus comic.
Just in the middle of court. You don't own me.
Right?
Jesus,
You
what?
fuckers can't take me alive.
What did I miss?
Zeta's planning to suicide bomb the courthouse.
Don't you worry about that. Don't tell him my plan. Scribbles furiously. Oh, I was planning to take a.
Oh man, this trial doesn't
gonna
look
burn
good.
down a
Time for
courthouse.
distraction.
Burning down the courthouse was kind of an important plot point to Zeta. Oh, coming back to me now.
Y'all burned down
If
the
you
whole-
burn down a courthouse, I'm giving you a hero point.
We'll do it on the way out.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
I'd like to spend a hero point to rewrite my spellbook.
Wait, can you even write spells if you're fatigued?
Yeah.
Because you didn't get a good night's sleep.
I don't need a
Just
good
need 8
night's
hours.
sleep.
Gotta get
I
them
just
8.
need 8
Yeah,
hours
that's
of
alright.
uninterrupted rest.
Yeah, okay.
He's just like a what? Minus
Uninterrupted
something.
downtime, not even rest.
Yeah, I just need downtime. Alright, boys, so we're burning down the courthouse and escaping to another plane of existence.
Or
I may die, but it's so you can live.
we send
like
the
this idea.
courthouse
Blue
to
Jesus.
the elemental plane of fire.
Honestly, they're probably thrive there in the Brass City.
I mean, they can't try us if the courthouse is gone, right?
Right?
It's simple. We destroy the system.
He
have
was
to,
right
it's
the whole
law.
time.
And if they try us anywhere else, we'll call them heretics.
Shall we just go to Trelixian?
After all, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh no, I have to make a new cool character.
But I like
This-
Dawn.
This one's gonna be a sorcerer.
Well,
it's
it's
gonna be
okay. If Dawn
cats.
dies, y'all are gonna get a depressed gnome.
That's what I'm here for. The depressed
They're not
gnome.
depressed, they're just super monotone. and
Time to
energetic.
sabotage so that we can get the depressed gnome.
All of his he's an illusionist, but all of his illusion spells are the same thing. He's just bored with everything else. He doesn't have
Like,
an
I-
imagination anymore.
I
So he just
have an
summons
idea for
illusions
this
of
character.
himself.
Hey, it's me again.
I'm over here now.
Oh bother.
Oh no, looks like you killed me.
Again.
I remember when I felt things. Oh wait, now it's gone.
Did you cut me?
I'm just gonna play him like a blank, Leslie. Like the blanks that were tied to Magnus's box.
I'm drawing a blank on that.
That's when Magnus was first brought in.
I don't remember the things that were tied to his box.
There were just 4 dudes tied to his box, and they were blanks. Basically, people with no attachment to the warp at all, and so they had no feelings.
Gotcha. That makes sense. They're using him like insulation.
Yeah, because you can't. He couldn't break through to connect to the warp through that. So they use blanks as a shield, pretty much. That's what they're there for.
They made a warp refrigerator.
Basically. But because they have no feelings, they just sound so depressed all the time.
But they're not.
They actually quite enjoy their miserable life.
No, they don't.
No. Because they don't enjoy anything. And they don't hate anything.
Right? What makes a man go neutral?
They're neither happy or depressed. They just are.
And in the end, isn't that what we're all doing?
Maybe we should just let the dragon destroy the world.
Maybe the dragon was an allegory for us destroying ourselves.
Yes.
Of course it was. I'm so upset that I can't cast spells.
You can.
I mean, I can, and I still will. I mean, what's the worst thing that happened? I die?
Has the cure light wounds get hit with a moderate. What's the damage one? Inflict wound.
Yeah. Whip. We just need a saw blade to continue. But no, yeah, the whole lawful rant at the beginning of the episode killed me so bad. Because I was like, he has no idea the Inquisition's just on the road. He even brought it up. He was like, and that's why the Inquisition's after you.
And then they show up and Don's about to be like, hey, High Hill, we got some Hellcats out there. Just want you to be careful. Not a good time, Don.
Well, no, it was fucking Sable. Sable was like, there's vagrants. So we were talking to this guy calculating treason. I was like,
Just wanted
no.
to report a heretic.
I love how the Hell Knights are just completely in Don's camp no matter what. They're just like, yeah, we're not throwing you the wolves. We got you, man. Alright, what do I gotta do? What the fuck are you talking about?
Like if the punishment was on an individual basis, then you'd be fine and the rest of us would be fucked.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that's-
Sable would be fine too.
That's
Right.
You did good in instilling peril to this situation by making it so that if one of us fails, we all fail. Like, because otherwise, Sable and I would be like, well, they're getting what's coming to them.
Right? You guys would have sold us all up.
Leland would probably be fine because he just pleads self-defense, and they'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. You'll get some time in jail. That's it. But Zeta, oh, she'd be fucked. Zeta and Aubrey, absolutely fucked.
Absolutely halal.
Francis would
Yeah.
spew some Asmodeus shit. He'd be fine.
Yeah, really, this all works in our favor.
Dude, I want you guys to realize that the two problem children of this party are are Zeta and Aubrey.
That while Leland was just at the guardhouse doing guard things, as far as the town's concerned, Zeta and Obi were running around doing
Screaming at old ladies.
God knows what.
No, we were
Oh,
mingling with the town.
Well,
I
and
totally forgot.
had us-
I totally forgot. Leland had a poster too. It just was a poster that said Leland.
Everyone in town knows Leland.
Yeah, they already know Leland. You don't have to caricature him. They know what he is. It should be noted these are wanted posters also.
Oh, what was our bounties? Do I have one?
I don't think they had bounties.
It's
It's your
if
civic
you see
duty.
them, report them,
Yeah.
or you're a heretic.
Yeah.
Did I have one?
See something, say something. No, they didn't even know about your existence. Neither did Sable.
Which
Oh, by
means
the
if
way-
you played your cards right, you could have pretended you were catching them and turning us in.
By the way, Leslie,
Hmm?
patch is live. Start pre-install.
Let me start paying my dues first.
Pay your dues to Square Enix, Sama.
Let that subscription die.
Yeah, we had nothing to fucking do. Pre-patch is
true.
the worst time.
It's true.
It's like, man, you've shown us all the cool shit. How are we supposed to do this shit now?
I actually...
Yeah, I logged in and started it, and then alt-tabbed, and I don't know if it's done yet or not.
There's probably going to be another. It's probably done, but we're probably going to have to do another one when the game fully launches.
Yeah, it's probably a launcher update, not the
Is it-
actual game.
It was the full thing, 7.5 gigs. So, just be ready for the wait. We are on one of the most congested servers on our data center. It's time for
So,
Raul.
2 a.m. shop.
No, 3 a.m., isn't it?
Let's see.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay,
Alright.
let's get the show on the road.
Countdown, 5.5 hours.
So yeah, whenever you get up there and get ushered through, the Baron gives you a, yes, what is it?
Well, sir, we came here to plead our case today.
Plead your case. Who are? And he looks up, and he sees who you are. He says, "Oh yes, yes. What about? Go on." And he stops paying attention to you entirely and goes back to reading his paper.
Well, sir, we were wondering what we would have to do to get some leniency on this, I suppose. To get you to vote in our favor.
He kind of gives a long ponder and says, well, why should I?
I'm gonna look around. Well, very capable, sir. Having us owe you a favor, we've done many tasks for the Grand Wizard of West Crown herself. We could certainly do some things for you, I suppose. And,
Grand Wizard is a pompous ass.
well, yes, I can't deny that.
I think she's quite friendly.
He kind of looks up to see who's speaking, and his eyes go wide, and he drops his pipe. He says, Bibana? And the Baroness looks up as well. and her eyes go wide. And then there's a moment of realization that kind of washes over them as they realize that you are not their daughter. Because in the picture, they were much younger than they are now. But Sable looks like their daughter did in the picture.
Sable, what was
The
your
long
mom's name?
lost, the long lost grandparents.
They are quite dead.
Yeah,
Sable, what was
Sable
your
knew
mom's
her.
name?
Sable knew her
No.
grandfather. At least one of her grandfathers.
Did I?
Yeah, because your grandfather was a wizard. He was a respected wizard in Summers Grove before your powers burned his house down.
We never wrote his name down.
No, you didn't. Strange that.
No,
Me, my
Uh,
character's exploitable backstory.
we didn't. Like, I was never given it.
And now it comes back to us. Oh, how the worm turns.
How it would appear that Sable is their granddaughter.
Wait,
Possibly.
who's- what was the name they called out?
Bibana.
Oh,
Right. When do you know that name?
sorry, this is Sable. She wasn't around for the incident, but
They both stand up and walk over and start inspecting all over her.
Sable kind of sinks into herself, unsure completely of what to do.
They're essentially treating her like a show dog.
She looks like she's about to break down again.
Don was in the middle of saying something, and as they just pass him by, he's just like, "Oh yeah, all right, that's fair."
So what is it? They actually outright ask Sable what her parents' names are.
And unfortunately, that's also something I never wrote down.
Yes, you did. I just pulled up your sheet. Ashen and Ebony Rain.
There we go.
Right.
Sable reiterates Ashen and Ebony Rain.
They both seem very confused. It's a mix of confused, disgusted, and angry. And
There it is, Sable's family. Ebony and Ashen.
and uh, the father kind of, or the Baron says, "Help! Please go. The files. Go, go!" And the little halfling kind of skitters off, and they continue to look over Sable.
Sable continues to look completely confused and just completely just out of it.
Sable, do you need another candy? Furious nodding intensifies.
Oh yes.
Don's gonna.
I can pass her candy.
Please don't let it be a Braun Bond.
No, it's a Hickoff Hydra.
Oh wait, I didn't get to buy more of those calm things. I'll talk
No,
me out of
you
it.
did.
Yeah, you did. You did get talked out of it. Well, when the halfling returns and he has a file, they open the file and they show Sable a wanted poster, and uh, under the picture of the poster, it doesn't have the correct It doesn't have the correct first name, but the last name is Rain, and they asks if this is your father.
Sable will iterate that it's definitely her last name. She's Sable Rain, but that's not the right first name. Her father's name is Ashen.
Well, I'm going to be very specific with you, and I'll leave this up to you on which way you want to go about it. But the name is definitely wrong. But does the picture look like Sable's father?
I would say probably.
Oh, it's getting interesting now.
They go on to explain to Sable, completely ignoring everybody else in the room, that their daughter, Mibana, ran away with a stableman.
Sable
Ran away.
states that she never heard that story from her parents. As far as she knew, they lived in Summers Grove for
They
a long
both
time.
shake their head at Summers Grove. They have no idea. They ask where this town is.
Sable looks around at the group.
It was only recently added to the map.
We
Perhaps
have a
you-
map.
Perhaps you heard of the Inquisition seeking out a village of heretics recently?
They
Ah,
both
yes, it's not me throwing them under the bus this time.
The Baron, I'm sorry, the Baroness says, the Inquisition, of course. Felix is in town. And they the Baroness calls out to the halfling, help, go get the cart ready. And then they both kind of grab Sable and say, come with us. We have to check. Uh,
Okay.
and they
Don's
kind
gonna
of
follow very close behind Sable.
they usher her out. And by the time you guys are down the stairs, there's a cart outside ready to go, and they load Sable up onto the cart, and then they leave you guys outside.
Don, before they leave, Don is gonna like kind of grab Zeta by the shoulder and say, "Wait, can I come with you?"
Zeta?
Why Zeta?
Not Zeta, Sable. I'm so
Oh.
used to screaming at Zeta at this point that it's second
Sable
nature.
Says it's like it's kind of out of my hands right now.
He says, "Please." She's like a sister to me.
The Baron looks at Don and looks at Sable and says, your help can walk.
I guess we're walking.
Don's eyes go a blistering red. But he holds his tongue.
Sable takes in a breath, and then in a very shaky, almost uncertain tone, says, "But they're all my friends."
Uncertain tone. They're all my friends.
There's a look of disgust that falls on both the Baron and the Baroness's face.
Ouch.
Say, very, very well. She looks very distressed at the halfling, who's now trying to drive the cart, and the halfling stops what he's doing, and he goes and attaches what is essentially like a secondary cart to the back of this cart. But it's just a... You guys have been on hay rides, yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
It's that. That's what he attaches to the back.
Don is gonna hop back there, and his eyes are not gonna leave the cart in front of them.
And you
He calls
guys,
out to Sable, "If anything happens, you tell me."
Okay.
and on the ride into town, they go on and on uh, about how Babana was basically. She was very uh, kind and but a bit brash, and how they were too hard on her and all that. But eventually, when you guys get to town and the driver sees uh, Inquisitor Felix kind of strolling about, who's now like sitting at a bench far too deep into silver boulettes. They
During the cart ride, though, while the Baron and Baroness are talking, Sable will give her rendition of what the supposed daughter was like. Which it'd be similar, being a very kind, brash person, but that she had become a hunter.
Ugh, the disgust. Working for herself.
they there's a kindness in their eyes when they listen to Sable tell these stories.
Says that as far as the family was concerned, her mother, Ebony, or Bavana, was the breadwinner, while Ashen worked for the guard force.
And uh, they they make an offhanded remark about, of course, Babana would be the breadwinner. But they eventually they pull the cart over in front of Inquisitor Felix, and when they pop out, they kind of the Baroness is the one to kind of accost Felix, and she says, Felix, we need your services." And he kind of wasn't expecting the Baron and Baroness to just pop out of a cart in front of him. So he's trying to like put away all the scraps of aluminum that are all on his lap, and he's trying to wipe the chocolate off on his garb.
He's so stick.
And he says, of course, my lord. What seems to be the what do you need?" And he kind of puts his hands, tries to strike a pose of uh,
Authority.
yeah, like a pose of authority. And they say, "We need you to determine this child's um, lineage." And the Inquisitor's kind of confused and says, "I can certainly determine lineage, but I have to have a there needs to be 2 points. I can't do this with a single point of data." And then they both kind of give the Inquisitor a look, and then they look to Sable, and then they look back to the Inquisitor, and the Inquisitor, "Oh, okay, I'll need a day to prepare. I wasn't ready for this type. Well, I, perhaps in my office. One moment." And he pulls a from a bag. He pulls a small um, like cloth in the shape of a door, and he puts this door on the outside of the nearest building. At which point it grows into a full door size, and he opens it, and he walks inside. And when he comes back out, he has a scroll. and he asks if everybody's ready. And the Baron and Baroness nod. And he puts the scroll down. And he casts a spell. And then he takes a pin and he pricks the fingers of the Baron and the Baroness, who both put a drop of blood on the scroll. And then he pricks Sable's finger. Puts a drop of blood on the scroll. And you watch as from two ends of the scroll, the blood creates like a small, not a river, but it branches out towards each other until it finally connects. And then the Baron and the Baroness begin to tear up, and then they both hug onto Sable.
Sable is still completely confused and bewildered, but kinda seems to understand.
I think we got there.
And the Inquisitor he says, well, I'm gonna have to rewrite the document. Well, of course, Miss Thrun, you were of course acquitted of all charges.
Sable just... She has no words. She's just staring. Oh, that's pretty much what Sable's doing too. Just dinner plate eyes, mouth wide, just in total shock.
And I think that is a pretty good note to end on.
Jesus, what the shit, Leslie?
So I'm gonna go ahead, kill off
We got
Hole.
15 minutes?
I don't know. This is a good spot.
This is a good spot.
This is good timing. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill off all Stremo.